Welcome to Tabletop Cinema, where we bring together the worlds of filmmaking, tabletop role-playing, and video games. I'm your host Mikey, a freelance filmmaker, tabletop RPG game master, and variety streamer on Twitch, and tonight is going to be a neo-noir kind of night. You know how that goes. We're playing a visual novel today, and how is it going, Fisher? Welcome in. Hello there, great to see you. And I did not indeed, I did forget the Discord notification. I just got home actually. It has again been a busy week. I have family over, but I will be a bit more free tomorrow. So apologies for not boosting this in all the relevant channels. But we are going to try out a new game today called Dry Drowning. If it's any good, I will announce that we are going through a first playthrough, and we'll continue this until we're done. It should last maybe a dozen hours or so, because we do have to get we're preparing for Baldur's Gate 3, getting in the mood for RPGs and storytelling, and I was just in the mood for a detective thriller today. So what is Dry Drowning? Well, Dry Drowning is developed by Studio V VLG, and it's published by Leonardo Interactive and Whisper Games. I don't think I've played their games. I have no idea what they made. Studio V, according to Studio Leonardo Interactive, they published, I think, a bunch of other visual novels: Willie Morgan and the Curse of Bone Town, Hell Architect Prologue, Shattered Heaven. But I was intrigued by Dry Drowning. But it is a psychological investigative visual novel set in the futuristic dystopian city. And I know it sounds trite, but listen to this. It is set in a futuristic dystopian universe in Nova Polemos, a shady socio-political situation, dragging everything down to the abyss, a serial killer drawing strength from this darkness, a tormented detective and his assistant craving for redemption. Dry Drowning challenges the players to find the truth, going through ambiguous characters, riddles, clues, and unexpected events, while telling an extremely compelling and mature story inspired by Greek mythology. So it's a bunch of serial killers inspired by Greek mythology, because why not? But I appreciate the thought, Fisher. We'll see if it's any good. If it's any good, we'll finish it before we play Baldur's Gate 3, and we'll announce it as we move along. But got my coffee ready. I got my imaginary detective trench coat on. Let's delve right into it. Walk out into the rain and experience Dry Drowning. I heard Dry Drowning is a terrible way to go, though. Like the literal Dry Drowning. I wonder why it's called that, but hey, we're gonna find out sooner or later, right? So this game promises multiple endings, the usual. 3 endings. Let me see that. They promise us choices really matter, because of course they always try to say that. It's high replayability, more than 20 hours to see everything, but we're only doing one playthrough. There is a time travel-ish, but it's about exploring flashbacks. It's not really time travel. There is a living nightmare system, something about with the psychological interrogations, and, well, a dynamic OST with 50 audio tracks. I wonder if it's any good. But there are 150 story branches and 3 completely different endings. Now, they may be overselling it. I am cautiously optimistic, but it's got all the tropes. And I'm going to open it up now, and you will see what I am talking about. Welcome in, Blushing Peony. Just in time, we are about to begin a detective thriller called Dry Drowning. As soon as I find out where the heck it is. Okay, there. Wow, shit. Right, it's too loud. The music was swelling. It is Dry Drowning. Ponderkind, welcome in. Hello there. Let me give you a shout out before we begin. Great to have you at the beginning of... there goes the music. I don't you hate it when the game audio doesn't play in the background. But to everyone, well, the people here probably already know who you are, Ponderkind, because I always want to give you a shout out. Ponderkind, an amazing, super amazing streamer. Please, if you haven't already, go and check out Ponderkind. Not only is he an amazing streamer, and it is also an amazing community to just hang out in. I'm always lurking over there. You'll find me over there, and it's always, I gotta say, it's always a bright spot of my week. It's great to start the week with it and end the week with some ponder kind, wholesome degeneracy. There's no other way to really explain it. But thank you so much, Anonymous. Anon, thank you for the gift sub. Oh, you're just gonna sub. Well, your dragon will continue to grow. Thank you for your support. And yeah, welcome in. This is just a visual novel. It's just gonna be pretty chill. I'm gonna play as much as I can. But next week we're going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3. So returning to our tabletop RPG roots. So you did mention Constantine, because who doesn't like a badass stoic protagonist with a trench coat and a dark past, because that's what it is. So start. Oh shoot, did it skip? Oh come on, did we skip the intro? Hold on, I'm gonna restart it because there's actually an intro, a trailer. Lichcast, welcome in. Is paying forward the gift they got from an anonymous gifter. Oh shoot, thank you so much, Ponder. To Waffle King of Pluto, wherever you are in the ether, do go ahead and enjoy your ad free viewing and cat emotes. I really need to commission someone for more emotes. Hint, hint. But thank you so much for the subs, everyone. And Lichcast, welcome in. Yeah, we are restarting it because actually there is an intro, and not only do I hate it when there's no option to play the audio in the background. It's a streaming thing. But also, for some reason, changing the volume with the scroll wheel sometimes skips cutscenes in some games. It's such a tiny thing, but I just have to make sure the volume's set before starting the cutscene. So this is the trailer, I guess, of Dry Drowning, and it's gonna give you an idea of what to expect. Avoid monsters in Guild Wars 2. Ah, yes, the return to Guild Wars 2. Man, I have not played any of the expansions. What is going on? Subscriber, thank you so much. Oh.
As an old saying has it, if a man is destined to drown, he will drown even in a spoonful of water. And in the end,
Opening up my flask.
The tragedy of our entire existence comes down to a slow drowning into inevitability. And when our lungs are full, we always depart in the same way, with a broken dream and an empty spoon. Empty, just like our souls.
It's so easy.
My name is Mordred Foley. What I'm about to tell is one of those stories.
What the heck?
Keep you awake.
I'm seeing a train. You have limited time to earn exclusive emote, and that is the intro for Lichcast. For Dry Drowning. What's going on, everyone? I'm also trying to. Just let me know if you can hear me properly, because I'm also. I do have family over, and I do not want to wake them up. But thank you so much for the gift sub. This is crazy. You're currently in the lead, I think, with the gift subs. Thank you so much, Fisher. Who are the lucky people? A Big Brother 05, wherever you are. Hope the SCP has not gotten to you yet. And Dante Tassoni. Dante Tassoni has been with us for a while now, and I believe they are. Dante Tassoni is a really chill streamer, playing a lot of fighting games. Dante right now is streaming Street Fighter 6, so I don't know if he's ever gonna know. But if you do want to watch fighting games and someone who's so into anime, Dante Tassoni, go check it out. Mass Effect, anime, and fighting games, on almost competitive level. I think Dante is very serious about it. But thank you so much for that. It's also for you. There we go. Hype train incoming. You think one more gift itself will get us tier 2 hype train? This is like the second training we've ever had before, and I really appreciate it. What a way to end the week. And sorry for cutting out the audio all the time. It's so jarring. But that is Dry Drowning. Let's actually start. I'm not going to touch anything because I do not want to interrupt a potential cutscene. Oh, okay, there isn't any. Come on, be honest. What are you really afraid of? I'm just gonna like lean in hard on these super cheesy detective noir tropes because I think that's what the game doubles down on. So, for those who just tuned in, this is a detective noir thriller, and we play a private investigator with a dark past, because of course we do, following a bunch of serial killings inspired by Greek mythology. This is Dry Drowning. What are you afraid of? Loneliness? Or maybe death? No. What you truly fear is being forgotten. Living the mediocre life of a loser. Okay, that's strange writing right there. How would I know? Well, that's because you and I are more similar than you'd like to admit. Oh, he has a mask on. Maybe like, and that's why I know exactly how to make you suffer. Thank you so much for the tier 2 hype train. I love it. I love all these hype train emotes. Thank you so much, Anon. Sounds a lot like American Gods. I think it is a sci-fi setting. I do not know if there are any supernatural events. We will find out. Thanks to me, you will learn. Oh, thank you. I do try. But having a solid Bane impression means that my dialogue is probably inaudible because Christopher Nolan thinks it's realistic. I mean, I enjoy his movies. I just do not like the sound mixing. I need subtitles. Like, I was trying to go through Tenet. It is so intentionally bad, the dialogue mixing. But then it's intentional. And Oppenheimer supposedly suffers the same thing as well. And people are saying, can we get like subtitles on a theatrical screening of a Nolan film? But I mean, cinematography, everything's spot on. Just not a fan of his sound mixing. So I could only understand Bane, not every happy ending, with subtitles on. Yes, and it's not just Nolan. The thing is, Nolan is a terrible offender because he intentionally tells his editors to mix the audio that way. But admittedly, it is very difficult to mix audio. Video games have a long way to go. I always need subtitles in video games because I don't know what it is. Ubisoft is a terrible sound mixing. Their sound mixing in Ubisoft games are so terrible. I need subtitles for each of their games. But it's difficult. It's like, but we get FF16. Everything was totally audible. I didn't even need subtitles for 16. God of War was so well done, the mixing, that I was so into the scene, I didn't read the subtitles. But man, like a Ubisoft game, a Christopher Nolan film, I need subtitles. I struggled with the Bane voice. I was like, oh, what is that? What are you saying? Because I watched it in the theater. I don't think the theater, it is just reverb everywhere. His mask voice was not any good. Anyway, we're talking to, he has a wolf now, by the way. Let's get back to this. But thank you so much for the hype train, guys. I really appreciate this. Hopefully you're enjoying Guild Wars 2. The monsters don't get you. And great to see you all. Ponder, Fisher, Lishcast, Anon, Blushing Peony. Thank you for all these gift subs. I love these emotes. All right, so he's a werewolf now, because dream sequences. We are a traumatized, haunted detective with a trench coat. Of course, we're getting stuff like this. Not every happy ending is a lie. Dun dun dun. Duwata, welcome in. I shall pet the cat. Which cat is awake? Do I have a cat in a box? Aha! I have ambushed a kitty. Protest? I think I caught her in the. Oh, okay. Bye bye. She doesn't want it. She got super chonky. I interrupted her hunt. That is totally my fault. Maya is... I think Maya's outside. Emoting in the balcony. A standee. Yeah, like, I actually have like a green screen. I just never used it. Like, I experimented actually once putting a green screen and putting myself in like a Mass Effect office. It was pretty cool. But it's just, there's just barely any space here. But yeah, I do need like a standee. Like, imagine Imeric here, just chilling out, right? What the heck? Thank you so much. Hive Train level 3. What is going on? Joker, Spacepulp, Ayo, Spacepulp, Perforos, Kalwakan, and El Haim. Enjoy your ad reviewing. And Cat Free About to thank you so much for the Hype Train. I'm trying not to yell because I have... sorry, for those who just came in, I do have family over and they are sleeping now. And like, I want to yell in excitement, but I will wake up the entire household. So we're just going to go into detective mode and... Wait, am I bleeding? Okay, false alarm. Nothing to worry about. Just a light scratch. It's my fault. Passion was like busy hunting and I interrupted her. Okay. Where were we? City of Nova Palemos. On a rainy winter... Happy anniversary! Oh no, there is blood. Okay, not to worry. Let's go. City of Nova Palemos on a rainy winter night. But great to have you all over here. I think that's us. I think our name is Mordred Mordred Foley or something like that. Let's find out. 2 years. It's been 2 damn years. I'm just gonna ham it up, chat. It's that kind of game. I can't quite believe I'll be able to go back to life. To live a normal life. Of course. In the rain. It could be such a nice day if it wasn't for the stupid rain. Hera's already home. Hera? That we are Foley. Mordred Foley. Foley Investigations. Thank you, Blushing Peony. Those are such adorable emotes. And look at that derpy quack Nick Squish. That is so adorable. Thank you so much, everyone, for the Hype Train. I really appreciate it. That just like woke me up. But yeah. I'd better not disturb her. She hates being interrupted while she's playing. I'll just smoke a cigarette and tell her the good news as soon as she's done. Is Hera our partner? Damn it. I'm fresh out, but I should have a pack somewhere in my office. To explore the current location, select Investigate from the Aqua OS menu in the upper left corner. Aqua! Oh shit, what do I do? Speak, investigate. Nice music though. The game is so noir. He is so noir. He's black and white, while the world is actually colored. Well, actually no, shades of red. That is so cheesy, but okay. Back when I was younger, I always thought like the whole Schindler's List did it very early on, but the whole black and white with a tinge of red, like that is so artsy and like a genius masterstroke of like coloring and everything before, but then now it's just like overdone. I have nothing against it. It's just here we are again. Star Rail dailies, do enjoy that. Dump all that energy. Get all your gems. I'm so lost. Wait, map, diary. I have a diary? Okay. Okay. Find the cigarettes in the office. You're right. Sin City as well. Black and white and then like shades of red. Welcome back, Mordred Foley. How do I close Aqua OS? Speak. Investigate. Let's investigate. What do we investigate? Clicking investigate. Select the area you want to inspect to receive information or potential evidence and clues essential for solving the case. Oh look, it's glowing. Detective senses cigarettes in the drawer. My trusty drawer, where I hide my most treasured things. You've obtained pack of 20 cigarettes. I do not want to encourage smoking. Here they are, my babies. To examine and use the items you've collected during investigations, select Inventory from the Aqua OS menu in the upper left corner. Inventory. Is there a shortcut for this? Damn. Okay, examine. Oh, shit! I wanted to read what kind of smokes those were. Anyway. Elijah Wood's character was crazy. It's been so long since I watched Sin City. Was Elijah Wood in that? I don't even remember. Hera. Is that you? Anon, whoever you are, thank you so much. You should seriously stop playing sad songs. Our neighbors might end up killing themselves. Yo, what? Mordred? If you're here, that means... Yeah, even though everyone knew I was guilty. I've been acquitted for lack of evidence. Funny how the law works, isn't it? I don't know why I'm thinking of Keanu Reeves and Constantine. So, does that mean we're free now? Definitely free from justice. But not from the... Sorry. I just can't... But not from the hatred of the relatives of those I've sent to the electric chair. It's sad, okay? It's just so... It's so tropey. It's so pulpy. Pulpy, sorry. It's so pulpy. Hera. Lichcast, thank you for the Comet Kit. Well, whoever you are, Comet Kit, please do enjoy the gift. Thank you so much for the support. All funds and proceeds will go to the growth of this channel and hopefully better content. Thank you so much. If anything, we can go back to work starting tomorrow. That is, assuming someone is crazy enough to hire a convicted felon like me. Will we ever put an end to this? Hera. What media and victims need is just a scapegoat. You are free to leave if you want. It's me they want dead. I'm just as guilty as you are. You know it. Running away would just delay the inevitable. We're both... monsters. What? The only difference... Sorry. The only difference between us is that you're out in the open. Wrong. The only real difference between us is that you are a good-looking monster. Oh my god. You idiot. Anyway. Do whatever the hell you want. But don't say I didn't warn you. Mordred Foley, the true life of the party, as always. I just wonder how much longer we can deal with all this pressure on us. I have not played any of these other games. If you do wanna know, it is on Steam. And I think the publisher did publish a bunch of visual novels or adventure games. I think this is this studio's first game, but it got very positive reviews. It got very positive reviews on Steam. February 26, 2066. Okay, we are in the future. I totally understand the situation, madam. Sure, I'll be waiting for you here in my office. Of course, confidentiality is the motto of our agency. What's up? You won't believe it. I think we got a new customer. She seems to be a big shot and she's coming to our office right now. You know, whenever I need a noir cop voice, I will always think of James McCaffrey, one of my favorite voice actors. You would know him as Max Payne and the former director in Control. He's in every Remedy game, and now he's gonna be Nightingale and Alan Wake 2. But his Max Payne's voice is so iconic. Well, this is great. Quick, tell me more before she gets here. Select Speak underneath Aqua OS menu to start a conversation with the character in front of you. Speaketh. The panels that will appear. There's apparently a whole system here for conversations and interrogations, by the way. So, like, for interrogations, it's something about like lucid nightmares. I don't know. So beware of that. I don't know if this is a scary game or not. The panels that will appear represent all the available conversation topics. The options marked with a red label are considered important and mandatory in order to advance the story. Select the conversation topic to start the dialogue. Harris decision. So, you decided to stay. We've been to hell and back. The least I can do is stay here, tormenting you forever. Our next client will torment me enough. Well, speaking of that, today's paper. Have you read today's newspaper? No. Is there anything interesting? I mean, besides the usual rubbish on immigration. Definitely. 4 days ago, while we were still in the courtroom, a body was found in Treasury Park. And they reported it just today. Good old censorship strikes again. At least they'll stop talking about us so that we can work in peace. Here, read the article when you have time. Show. Murder at Treasury Park. On the 22nd of February 2066, a tragic murder occurred in Treasury Park, whose culprit is still unknown. The diligent police force of our immortal city, yikes, has already arrested a potential suspect, thanks to the remarkable work of Lieutenant Freya Goldsoul. The name of the suspect and the murder dynamics are still undisclosed. Some rumors claim that a ritual murder was committed there, a murder with untold violence. Nevertheless, these rumors are considered unreliable by our police. Close Aqua. The client. What do you know about this new client? She's the assistant of a politician. That's all she said. A politician? Since when do we accept this kind of jobs? At this point, I'd welcome the devil himself as a client. I have a bad feeling about this. You should know that our business is built on bad feelings. There we are, the client. Big shot lady, gonna walk in with shades and the hint of danger about her. Looks like she's already here. Yeah, I smell cult stuff. The trailer had people in masks, so maybe. Oh, she does have... I was just thinking of like the most stereotypical first client. You know, the phoned in femme fatale, and all the bad stereotypes and all that. And here we are. So is it a mix of myths then? Because Mordred is from England. Yeah, it's just they're named after all these different gods, but I don't know. Maybe the Greek pantheon wants dominance. I have no idea. Welcome to Foley Investigations, madam. Hello, detective. Like I said on the phone, my name is Julie Ward. Show. ID Jill Ward 734, Julie Ward, date of birth March 1935. Success is a matter of good taste. Psychological profile. Smart and extremely ambitious, Julie Ward managed to make a career out of her charisma and physical appearance, and she never misses a chance to brag about that. Biography. She's the advisor and personal assistant of Richard Baker, one of Nova Polemos's politicians. She has a murky history in the mob, but she successfully cleared her name without smearing her reputation. City of Mist, maybe. I have no idea. And I'm Mr. Baker's personal assistant. I obtained a business card. Julie Ward's business card, member of the Black Bands. You can feel it's from someone important from the quality and the style of it, or from someone who is... You can't really tell, really. Most members of the Black Bands are privileged snobs, representing the good old days, which actually never happened. What are our cigarettes, anyway? Since the United Nations approved the Anti-Tobacco Act in 2048? What? What kind of world lore is this? Cigarette packets have no brand and show grotesque graphics depicting smoking consequences on health. Only those with a death wish could be attracted by them. I guess this game is very like anti-smoker. Baker? You mean that Baker? Oh, there's so much lore. The Black Bands, founded after the burst of the economic bubble in 2030 and the consequent crisis. The only purpose of the party was to bring the city to its original splendor by closing borders and expelling all those immigrants that were considered useless. Their extremist and nostalgic ideas took hold of the people, who decided to vent their frustration by voting in the party en masse. Their victory marked the beginning of the most violent 3 years in the history of the city. The police slaughtered anyone who tried to cross the city borders and expelled more than 230,000 individuals considered socially invalid. For the first time in history, discrimination was not based on language, race, or culture, but merely on social value. We truly are in yet another dystopia. The detective, the grizzled detective with the dark past, always has to smoke because it symbolizes that he doesn't really care about his own well-being, right? And also, it can look cool on camera, but it's like, yeah, I don't care about my health as long as you put that man behind bars. It's a mood. I mean, like Constantine, right? They even worked that into his character with cigarettes, if I remember correctly. My guess would be maybe Celtic, as they are in this animal region of religion, with some being depicted as animals. Yeah, the first possible cult member we saw in our vision had changing faces, and eventually ended with a wolf. Such a lovely place here. Burgundy floor perfectly matches the antique furniture. What's missing is a floral sofa to complete the kitsch masterpiece. Excuse me? And who, may I ask, are you? This is Hera. She's my assistant. Kind of. Yeah. Nice to meet you, Miss Ward. Oh, I see. Are you trying to ignore me or something? Detective, can we discuss our business privately, please? Privately? Why is that? What's wrong, madam? What I'm about to disclose is strictly confidential. I'd rather not have assistants around. Oh, she's one of those people. If you don't mind, of course. Oh, not at all. I will leave right away. Have a good evening. Yeah, low social value. That's what she sees her. Hera! I think you owe me an explanation for this. When he said such a lovely place, you have expected me to serve. Unfortunately, Ponder, I do not have the set of pipes you have. I really wish I could sing. I cannot sing for the life of me. So, I will sing it in my heart. Yeah, Fisher, your predictions have mostly been spot on. But maybe Chulin is that cultist as we know as the Hound of Ulster. Damn, you might have already predicted it. Oh, thank you so much, Ponder. I really appreciate that. Singing though, I cannot. I will try to narrate as best as I can to make up for that. All right, shall we begin? They're missing the like her lipstick is should be like a shade of red, right? Or she's wearing like a red shawl or something. Problems with Hera. So supposedly there are so many branching paths in the conversations, but I wouldn't want to ask. Let me make something clear, Mr. Foley. I didn't dismiss your assistant for racist reasons, but simply to comply with the confidentiality conditions set by our party. I don't know why, but I find that hard to believe. Many members of the party would like to see people like her deported, but I am not one of them. Listen, I'm not interested in your political games, and I don't need your hypocritical excuses either. What I want from you is money, and to be sure that Hera will be left out of this. That's all. I see. Okay. The case. No, don't be sorry, Fisher. Like, I welcome any predictions. Of course, no spoilers. We have no idea what's going on, but we can make our predictions. You're usually right on the money, Fisher. Do not feel bad about predicting stuff. It just shows then that you are very perceptive and you know a lot about these kinds of stories. My apologies for this, but the case we want to offer you is extremely delicate. Enough to cut Hera out of this conversation. Well, when it comes to murders and politics, it's better to be safe than sorry. Are you talking about the murder in the newspaper? That's right. 4 days ago, my boss, Richard Baker, was involved in a murder case whose method was rather peculiar. Peculiar? The point is that elections are coming up and, as you might know, Mr. Baker is favored to win. This kind of business might destroy his and the whole party's image. Now I see why the papers were so vague on the matter. The Black Bands, her political party, I think, have a lot of enemies within our city, so we want to turn the situation to our advantage. If you manage to clear Mr. Baker's name, we will be able to use the whole case to influence public opinion and make people understand what a thorn in the flesh he can be for his opponents. I understand, but tell me, how would the police know that Baker committed this peculiar murder? An eyewitness. Also, the victim was Mr. Baker's lover, who had been blackmailing him for years. And if you add all the political opponents wanting him behind bars, you'll have the complete picture. The victim. Why are you so vague about everything? Who is the victim? How did she die? I can't give you all those details yet, but I can tell you the case is more complicated than you think. There is a link between the victim, Mr. Baker, and the eyewitness. As I mentioned, Alicia, the victim, was Mr. Baker's lover, and she had been blackmailing him for a while. Whereas Abigail Sherman, the eyewitness, is his current wife's sister, Anne Sherman. Okay, victim is the lover, eyewitness is the current wife's sister, Anne Sherman, okay? The police believe the witness followed Baker and his lover because she knew they had an affair, thus witnessing the murder in person. Needless to say, you're hiding something from me, aren't you? Again, I can't say much until I've given you all the information, as agreed with the party. The job. let me get this straight. You want my agency to clear an extremist politician's name so that he can win the upcoming elections, by proving that he has been framed by those who want to ruin the future of your beloved city. Do you think I'm your puppet or what? I'll be honest with you, Mr. Foley. You are one of the most hated men around here, and no one will ever knock at the door of someone who caused the death of 2 innocent citizens. So why did you? Because we know your methods, and we don't care if you find the real killer or not, to be honest. We just want you to focus on getting our leader cleared. Whoever will be arrested in this place is not our business. Go along with our request, and you'll receive 50,000 credits and a chance to permanently clear your name. Classic, the deal with the devil with a down on his luck private detective. Furthermore, there's a reason I didn't want to disclose any details about the murder. Get to the point. Go investigate the crime scene. I'm sure you will accept the case without a second thought. I won't be able to get even close to the crime scene. Not after all the problems I've had with the police and the media lately. We'll handle this. Don't worry. If you really want to redeem yourself in the eyes of society, this is your only chance. Have a good evening, detective. Don't tell me you're going to accept. Hera, have you been listening to us? Mordred, don't forget the black bands killed all those poor refugees. The only reason I'm still alive is that I arrived right before the shooting. I saw so many unemployed people getting beaten. I saw so many beaten, along with anyone they considered to have no use of their cause. I know, but that's in the past. Those who ordered the massacre are in jail now. The party took a more moderate line. They could even lose the next elections, Besides, that woman is right. If we don't accept this job, it's over for us. I'd rather live a life of misery than work for those bastards. Let me remind you that we got innocent people killed too. We're not that different from them after all. Please, Mordred, don't accept the case. Let's keep what little dignity we have left, I beg you. The storyline influenced by your decisions. Select one of the options and be prepared to face the consequences of your actions. Hooray! Remember, there are no good or bad choices. Follow your instinct and create your own story. Oh shit, is there a time limit? I have to accept our future is more important. Maybe not. I promise I'll think about it. Let's try to roleplay this detective. Maybe... how should we play him? I don't even know much about the 2 innocents. He's racked by guilt, right? This is more the genre, right? I have to accept our future is more important. I'm not sure. He's a troubled soul. He blames himself for the death of innocents. But this feels a bit too hopeful right now for the detective. We need to build up ourselves again, right? So let's alienate our partner. Yeah. Definitely I'm curious. As a player and as a detective. But let's just go. No. I'm gonna say his relationship with his partner, let's solidify this now. He really respects her, he trusts her. I don't think he's that desperate yet. Maybe not. I promise I'll think about it. Because it's non-committal. I mean, he's still gonna do it, but it's like... Right, refuse the first call to adventure. But I was looking at Hera and I didn't want to hurt her. I'm sorry, that is more that I could not commit to the bit. Thank you. I really appreciate that. See, exactly. Maybe you're not as hopeless as they say. Maybe there's hope for me after all. Don't speak too soon. I have to see the crime scene first. Stay in touch. I'll need you. You can count on me. Well done, Mordred. You just made a promise that you know you can't keep. Ah, there we go. Internally, we cannot promise her that. We just try to placate her. Are you really risking everything for so little? To protect someone you don't even know? I'd better go now. Alright, continue. To visit other places, select Map from the Aqua menu and select your destination. During the investigations, you'll discover new places to explore, and sometimes you will need to get there multiple times. So some problem with the localization, but I mean, it is... They're like doubling down on how they're in the genre, right? The Aqua OS menu also features system, change settings, save and load. We will not save or load. We are going to commit to our decisions and suffer the consequences of our action. Yeah, all we ended up is lying to her. Honestly, that's either option. Like, I didn't want to commit to her, so true enough, internally you're like, no, we're gonna accept this case no matter what. Maybe it's more like thinking about this dynamic. Let's see how it develops, but it's more... Mordred knows that if he puts the future of the agency first, she will become a hindrance and a nuisance. So she'd rather... And he respects her, so he's gonna try to do his best to... I don't know. We'll figure it out, chat. That's our first major decision. We didn't alienate her yet. Diary useful for viewing dialogues, taking place, current objectives. We are going to break tradition. We already did. The hero's journey, this is not. Speak. Wait, can I look at my diary? What happened? Wait. Yeah, they don't have any details about those two innocents, so it's fine. Lie, right? Like parenthesis, lie. But according to the dialogue, that was lie. So Treasury Park. Because if you refuse the case, where are they gonna take the game? Oh shit. Wait, we read the newspaper already. We read the newspaper about the murder. February 26, Treasury Park. As I expected, the crime scene has already been cleaned up. The police can be really scrupulous when the reputation of our city is at stake. Sir? I'm sorry, but you have to leave. Oh. You must be Mr. Foley. Miss Ward told me you were coming. Well, that woman has planned everything. May I see your pass, please? Pass? I guess you mean... From time to time, you will have to show evidence and objects from your inventory to unlock new dialogues, find clues, and new locations to investigate. Open the inventory, select the evidence you want to show, and use it to submit it to your interlocutor. we don't have a pass. Ah, maybe Julie Ward. Like, yeah, she gave us a business card. You mean this, right? Very well, detective. You can proceed with the investigation. I am at your disposal. Thank you, officer. Huh. Mordred Foley, you son of a dog. Huh? Oh, it's... Look who had the guts to get out of this crappy office. What are you doing here? Come to give yourself up, have you? Just to get beaten up? Good evening to you too, Freya. Freya Goldsoul, 32. The road to hell is filled with good intentions. Psychological profile. Freya is a walking tornado with a litigious nature, moved by a deep desire for justice and equity, which has gradually led her to a life made of violence and cynicism. Biography. Freya is Hedrick Goldsoul's daughter, one of the most renowned bankers of Nova Palemos, but her past is a complete mystery. She joined the police force when she was 20, thanks to her father's influence, and she managed to become lieutenant because of her merits and dedication. She arrested some of Nova Palemos' worst criminals, and she's the one who started the inquiry against Mordred Foley, whom she hates with all her heart. Look at him, Robert. Look at the only bastard that couldn't get fried up. Resentment is certainly one thing you're not lacking, unlike professionalism. Give me one good reason not to kick you out. I think solving cases that incompetents like you will never be able to work out is a good enough reason. Spare your sarcasm, Foley. Officer, get this man out of the crime scene. What the hell do you mean is authorized? Damn it! I don't know whose ass you've been licking, Foley, but you'd better watch yourself, because I'll do anything to wipe that stupid smile off your face. I'll bear that in mind. Can you let me do my job now? Listen to me. You're playing with fire. This case is too much for someone like you. If you really care about your life and that of your girlfriend, leave right now. Farewell, Foley. That woman needs a vacation. Mordred, can you hear me? Loud and clear. I'm about to start investigating. Turn the camera on so that I can help you with my computer while you investigate. A next-generation portable device used for a wide range of purposes. It can store and project holograms, and it's able to make high-quality audio and video calls. How high-tech. I've already uploaded files and holograms to the crime scene. From now on, all evidence and information you find will be automatically uploaded to your Aqua OS. Right, let me activate this thing. We're about to discover what they rushed to clean up. Wait, speak. Speak? Why can't I speak to her? Investigate? What? Oh, I'm supposed to fire this up? What am I supposed to do? Oh, Jesus. Ah! No way. He's back, Mordred. I can't... No, I have to... Hera, calm down. This nightmare just won't go away. It'll never end. Never. Hera, listen to me. 6 years. Only 6 years and... Please. Oh, is it me or Hera? Please, Hera. Stop. Please. Oh, that is her. Damn, what should I do? Forcing her to look at this will just make things worse. But it would take me too long without her help. I must decide now. Don't hang up on Hera. Wait. No. We want to protect her, right? We're gonna keep up with that thread. I'm sorry, Hera. It's for your own sake. You don't deserve to suffer like this, especially after what you've been through over the past few years. Enough. Let's sort out this mess. Okay, hand, face. What's this? These flowers have been arranged like in a sort of ritual. The killer sure took his time by the looks of it. According to Aqua OS, they are a type of Daphne flower, quite common around here. Daphne. Hera. Maybe you're right. He's back. No. I must not jump to conclusions. I need to keep investigating. Daphnes are quite common plants growing in small shrubs. Their use at the crime scene is definitely not a coincidence. Are they part of some sort of ritual? Thornless, blossoming flower. Are you the favorite victim? Or is it just an ordinary, petty obsession? The woman's lower half is covered by some sort of cloth, while the upper part is naked. Given all that, it's very likely that the victim was already dead before arriving at Treasury Park. The woman had her throat ruthlessly cut. According to Aqua, collected by the police, the victim's eyes were surgically removed. What is this? Eye of the Somnium Files? And then inserted into her mouth. Okay, that's different. Which was then sewn shut to avoid... Holy shit. What the hell of a freak are we dealing with? What is the mythological significance of eyeballs put into mouths and sewn shut? After her death, the victim's eyes were surgically removed and placed inside her mouth, then sewed up. The woman's head covers the cut on the throat, making it look like her death was caused by the arrow. In the end, this is real life. Not even the gods can escape from the wretchedness of their peers. The arms are tied to the tree in a specific way, giving the illusion of some sort of macabre work of art. Same for her hair, placed with impeccable precision. A heavy lead arrow was lodged into the woman's chest. Considering the impact angle and the weight of the arrow, it's unlikely that it was fired from a bow. This leads me to believe that the arrow was inserted by the murderer after he killed the victim. Why the hell would he do that? A heavy arrow found in the victim's chest. Its size and weight suggest it was lodged in after her death, caused by the slit in her throat. 2 were the arrows fired by the god of love. Both were created to make fun of mortal desires. An ordinary bench, nothing interesting here. A broken bench. Something heavy must have crashed onto it. There also seems to be some bloodstains. Interesting. This wooden bench was destroyed after the collision with something very heavy. The bloodstains on one side are a few days old. Destined to be a place of rest and meditation, these benches were hastily built during the economic miracle the city lived through. Didn't anyone bother to clean this bin up? What is this? Man's glove? This is sloppy, if that's the killer. A well-crafted leather glove with a big cut in the middle. There is some dried blood on the sides of the cut, suggesting a potential connection between this object and the crime scene. Leather gloves are symbol of elegance in Nova Palemos, and generally worn by people who want to enhance their image. A man's glove with a big cut right in the middle, soaked in days-old blood. It might have something to do with the case. A woman tied to a tree, with Daphne flowers at her feet, and a lead arrow in her chest. That can only mean one thing. The killer wanted to emulate the myth of Apollo and Daphne. Maybe that's where you read it, Fisher. Hera, you're here. According to one of the most renowned legends of ancient Greece, Apollo, after one of his countless heroics, antagonized Eros, the god of love. Filled with jealousy, from the peak of Mount Parnassus he fired 2 arrows, a lead one meant to repulse love, and a gold one meant to make the victim hopelessly fall in love. The first arrow hit Daphne, a beautiful nymph. The other one struck Apollo and made him fall in love with her. Under the spell of the arrow, the god continued to follow the nymph, while she continued to reject him. Daphne called upon her father, the river god, and pleaded for him to free her from Apollo. He took pity on her and used metamorphosis to turn her daughter into a tree, putting an end to the eager desire of Apollo. Why did it have to happen to the woman, the Greek mythology, right? It's like the problem is Apollo, not Daphne. No, wait, the problem was Eros. Because these people were manipulated by the arrows. So it goes up to Eros. Yeah, right. It's usually the woman who ends up paying the price. This poor girl is here to demonstrate that not even a divine entity is immune from torment and obsession. Or jealousy. Okay, that's the myth. Yes, but also the mortal. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, but like, of course, I have to ask, like, why? If that's a signature, what does he believe about this city? If we're talking about like gods, not even... I'm a feeling the serial killer is trying to clean up the city of corrupt politicians. Of course, the way he's going about it. We'll find out if we ever find the killer. But this is obviously to like get at the politician and ruin his career. Someone killing his victims in a scenic and dramatic way, recalling ancient myths. There's no doubt, Mordred. This is like 6 years ago. Pandora. Oh, okay, we finally have details. Pandora is the code name of the most dangerous and prolific serial killer in Nova Palemos. His first murder dates back to 2056, and he's been accredited with at least 8 victims, 6 of which were women. After 4 years of investigations, an agency called Foley Investigations found the identity of the killer, which actually is a couple made of 2 actors, Jennifer Kingston and Robert Harrington. During the trial, some compelling evidence was presented and they were sentenced to the electric chair. Oh, following their execution, the agency underwent an investigation for falsification of evidence, an event that completely destroyed Foley's reputation. The case is still considered open. So those are the two innocents he was talking about, that they were wrongfully accused? Jennifer and Robert? Well, if it is the same killer, not a copycat, then yeah, we didn't get them. Now I understand why that woman said I would have accepted this case. Anyway, there's something wrong with this. Pandora has always killed his victims in closed, isolated spaces, and always with untold violence. This scene, though, seems like an attempt to create something different. Wait, so why did they connect it to Pandora if there's nothing similar? What do you mean? It's too soon to draw any conclusion. We should talk to the police first. We don't know anything about the suspect or the witness. Besides, I refuse to believe they haven't reached the same conclusion. Now that Freya's not here, I could have a little talk with her colleague. You might also be using it to remind people that this isn't an immortal city. Yes, exactly. He's like, what immortal city? You gods, you will bleed. So that's probably like, possibly the motive of this serial killer. Well, not serial killer yet. This murderer. This murder. Maybe it's being made to look like Pandora, thus a sloppy glove. Yeah. That is too sloppy. We'll see. Speak. Hello again, officer. Mr. Foley, I need to ask you something about the case, if you don't mind. Alright, but let's make this quick. Loyalty to the Black Bands is not worth my job. What can you tell me about Freya? The lieutenant is the kind of police officer that can't last long in a place like this. Wait, so you mean she's a good cop? Zealous, talented, genuine. And as you know, Mr. Foley, honest people usually end up with a bullet in their head. None of us would be surprised if we ever found her dead in the corner of the street. Is that a threat, sir? You're so ominous. Okay, so she's quote-unquote good cop. The dynamics of the murder. Yeah, the true believer in justice, that she's doing the right thing, she's cleaning up the city, but all the corrupt people around her just use her or sideline her. Can you describe the dynamics of the murder? We suspect that Mr. Baker lured the victim here with an excuse and then attacked her with a knife. The victim was somehow able to react, and she managed to wound the attacker's hand. Probably with the same weapon that eventually killed her. Baker got hurt with his own knife. Why don't we check the blood? Oh, they found the knife? The weapon used by the killer at Treasury Park to murder Alicia Hart, the mistress of the politician. The eyewitness was his wife's sister. So there's definitely something going on there. The police suspect that Baker was hurt by the same knife during the struggle. And some flavor text. I'm guessing the second paragraph is usually flavor text. Promises of vainglory vanish like blood on wicked steel. Yep. Wait, so that the murder weapon and the glove? When she was already dead, he removed her eyeballs, placed them in her mouth, and sewed it up. Then he undressed the victim, tied her to the tree, and arranged flowers and hair in that way. That probably took hours, but, as you know, the park is pretty much deserted at night, and the killer seemed to know it too. Once he was done, the killer headed towards the nearest hospital, unaware that someone spied on him. Didn't the eyewitness react at all? The girl claims to have arrived while the suspect was tying the victim to the tree. Is that all? You arrested a man based on this? Your argument is shaky at best. Have you even considered the blood on the bench? I never said I would tell you everything, Detective. I do care about my job. I guess I'll have to figure this out myself. Richard Baker. You really want to buy this game? Go ahead, Fisher! And thank you for tuning in if you do have to tune out of... This sounds like it's something you'd enjoy. The death of Baldur, you think? Well, once the cast continues to grow, we'll probably be able to pinpoint, like, what are the poetic signals? And are they targeting just this one politician, or are they targeting the political party? What can you tell me about the suspect? Baker is one of the greatest revolutionaries of our era. I truly believe he's the only one who can save this city from degradation. He's so this policeman is a believer of the good old days. There. Great. A fan of the black bands in the police. And he's even part of the team that arrested him, so clearly... The city will never stop amazing me. I was asking for his motive and relationship with the victim. I'm not interested in his career as a champion of justice. Well, we suspect that Mr. Baker killed Alicia Hart because she's been blackmailing him for quite a while. Because she was his secret lover. With elections approaching, he maybe thought that a public statement from her could have destroyed his political and private life. And what about the eyewitness? She's the suspect's sister-in-law. And what was she doing at Treasury Park in the middle of the night? Good question. She was following him, most likely. We're not sure yet. Officer! What the hell? Freya? Why the hell did you leave your position? I'm gonna stick around for a bit longer to make sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if this game's any good, but it is, as you said, Ponder, it is interesting so far. Just we'll see. I'm just enjoying, of course, hamming it up and leaning hard into the noir tropes. Why the hell did you leave your position? Lieutenant, I don't have time for your nonsense. Get back there, now. Yes, ma'am. What are you waiting for? Hurry up! Oh, you're still here. Good evening, Lieutenant Goldsoul. Thank you, partner. I really appreciate that. Look who's here. Foley let you out of the doghouse at last. Yikes. Actually, it's me who's keeping him on a lead. But don't tell him, it could hurt his feelings. Hope I didn't ruin a nice chit-chat with my subordinate. Not at all. You're the one I wanted to talk to. Me? That's funny. What could I possibly talk about with a bastard like you? Freya hates me, but she's honest and righteous. I'm sure she's noticed there's something wrong with the scene. I've got to take advantage of her big ego. It's risky, but I see no alternatives. I have reasons to believe that your version of the events is completely wrong. Thank you so much for the care package, Fisher. Yeah, take advantage of her ego. Tell her she's wrong. Being a criminal wasn't enough. Now you're a conspiracy theorist as well. You may be a fanatic, but you're not dumb. There's no way you haven't noticed some oddities. What are you talking about? Put your hard feelings aside for a second and use your head. This case is totally recalling Pandora's murders. Also, an eyewitness out of nowhere. Who's got all the reasons to hate Baker? Don't you see anything weird going on? Mordred, are you really trying to save that man? Trust me, Hera. It's for our own good. I hope you know what you're doing. Oh, that's Hera. Sorry, that was Hera. Now it's Freya. So, you think you know the truth? Right at the start of the investigation. Maybe. Very well. You tickled my curiosity. Or maybe I just want to see you fail, so I can make fun of you and your arrogance. Go on, explain your theory. Don't waste your only chance. Oh no! It's Phoenix Wright time, but with actual consequences. You can get wrong. You can be wrong in Phoenix Wright, right? But I forget. I know games like Sherlock Holmes, you can mess up, like in the Sherlock Holmes games. One single chance. I'd better double check everything before starting. You can check all evidence, documents, and profiles you've collected before explaining your version of events. Start the dialogue with Freya as soon as you're ready. Okay, well, what do we know? Why is it recalling Pandora? 8 victims, 6 of which were women. 2 actors, Jennifer and Robert, sentenced to the electric chair. The case is still considered open. But we were told it was a totally different MO, so I don't know why we're connecting it to the Pandora case. Okay, we are working for the black bands. We don't like them. Extremist and nostalgic ideas. Make Nova Palemos great again. That's this group. And they discriminate based on social value. And the police work under them and they expelled and killed socially invalid people. Okay. But they say the people in charge of the massacre are behind bars. I don't buy that, of course. What else do we know? The myth of Apollo and Daphne. So 2 arrows. The lead arrow was given to Daphne, quote-unquote Daphne, who the victim, the lover of the politician. The politician, I guess, chasing after her. And the killer wanted to make a statement about that. Because the lover, the victim was blackmailing the politician. Eyewitness is the sister-in-law of the politician, so there's something wrong there as well. Items. It's a bit on the nose, isn't it? No, it didn't say that on the... I said it. Hello, Vanma. Welcome in. This is called Dry Drowning. It is a detective visual novel with branching paths and 3 possible endings, I think. It's a neo-noir set in 2060s, set in the near future in Nova Palemos, a fictional city. And we are a private investigator down on their luck, traumatized by the past, and we are now working for a very problematic political group because it is a case we cannot refuse, that trope, because the case is calling back to our previous case 6 years ago, our haunted past, so to speak. So that's how it starts. And sorry, the make Nova Palemos great again, that is me. They didn't mention it here, but they are the black bands are extremists, and they are nostalgic about the good old days, and they hate immigrants to the point of massacring them. That is who we're currently working for, and our partner does not like that. Obviously, basically, we hate our client, but no one trusts us because people think we got 2 innocent people killed in the Pandora case. We supposedly wrongfully accused Jennifer Kingston and Robert Harrington. So no one is approaching us. Our agency is gonna fall apart. So deal with the devil, kind of. And it's us mostly, and it's personal now because this is the time to catch the actual killer and hopefully find salvation along the way. You know, typical grizzled detective who made a big mistake thing. This is our partner Hera. That is Freya, who believes in actual justice, honesty. You know, she's a prototypical good cop, Commissioner Gordon. She's like the Commissioner Gordon figure here. But Batman, we are not. We are a private investigator. She hates us though. She totally hates us. She hates us because she thinks we really are guilty of getting 2 innocent people killed. Korean yaoi novel? Lovely. Did I even get the name correct? Yes, it's Dry Drowning. It's on Steam. Thank you so much for the hydrate, Dewata. So I think we know enough. Oh, sorry, and the serial killings are inspired by Greek mythology. This one about the story of Daphne and Apollo. Apollo pissed off Eros. Eros had 2 arrows shot, 1 lead, 1 gold. Ended tragically for Daphne. Alright, first things first. We know the victim's eyeballs were carefully removed after she died. These were found inside her mouth, which was cruelly sewed up. Right. What's your point? Baker can't be responsible for such vile actions because he had no reason to do it. He didn't have the skills to do it. He didn't have enough time. Can we open our inventory? Okay, we have a prediction here. You feel someone is making links to Pandora to get us involved and they want you to lead the case. Oh, that is classic as well. That is super classic plot twist. You know, down on the luck detective, and then they manipulate you. It's like you've been serving the bad guys all along. Yeah, that is a good prediction. Why do you guys think Baker cannot be responsible for the gouging of the eyes and sewing it shut? We know he's a politician, but I guess we could say he didn't have the skills to do it, but saying he had no reason to do it, one could say what? Maybe he's just a sick bastard. He didn't have enough time. The park was deserted. So he didn't have to rush it. He took the time to arrange the flowers, hang her up, fix her hair, plunge the arrow. Like, what is a little gouging of eyeballs and sewing the mouth shut? His injury prevented him from doing that kind of work. Wait, injury? I'm so bad at this, chat. Injury, wait. Do we even have a profile on... Oh, the hand, right? His hand was cut up. If that glove belonged to the killer. Where's my inventory? Okay, let's look at the evidence again. We found Daphnes arranged. Common plant growing in small shrubs. Found in a crime scene, not a coincidence. Surgically removed and placed inside her mouth. Ugh. The woman's head covers the cut on the throat, making it look like her death was caused by the arrow. There's a wrecked bench nearby where something very heavy, it's maybe red herrings also, right? Man's glove, big cut in the middle. Lore-wise, leather gloves are supposed to be a symbol of elegance in Nova Palemos, generally worn by people who want to enhance their image. So someone rich and influential. Leather gloves, I don't know. Dried blood on the sides of the cut. But again, this game might be throwing us red herrings. Because it might be from someone who fell on the bench, cut his hand open, right? Now the knife, they suspect that Baker was hurt by the same knife during the struggle. When did he leave the screen, to be exact? Or when did the witness saw him when he was tying the victim's hands, hanging her on the tree. That's when the witness claimed to have spotted him. Then he left to go to the hospital to treat his hand. Wait, is that the truth? The eyewitness said the eyewitness testimony was that he saw him entering the hospital to treat an injury. Richard Baker. Let me double check that. Richard Baker, yes. He is the politician, leader of the xenophobic party, the Black Bands. Eyewitness is Abigail, sister of Baker's wife. Abigail was a close friend of the victim. They claim Abigail's trying to frame him. The only way to find out more is to go to the crime scene. Recurring nightmares. Oh, okay. The reason why it's connected to Pandora is because it is also Pandora's modus operandi. It is a recreation of Greek myths, but Pandora was very bloody and violent about it, compared to this one, which is very artfully arranged, but I guess bloody and messy could also be. Either way, they're terrible tragedies, but okay, it's connected because Greek myths. Recreating it using as victims. They're all meant to, they're called the myth of Apollo and Daphne. Yeah, it's kind of, we'll see, right? Yeah, surgically removed. So let's take that literally. It is surgically removed through precision. He is not a doctor. He does not have the skills. I was also leaning towards that. Time is something he had because it is a deserted park. There's no reason to rush it. No reason, that is very loose because we already say he had all the reason to be a sick, depraved individual. He didn't have the skills to do it. Tell me, Freya, could you remove someone's eyeballs with the same level of accuracy of the killer? What kind of question is that? Mordred is right. Oh, Mordred is right. Removing eyeballs with such accuracy is anything but simple. Only someone with great surgical skills could do it. Mr. Baker is definitely not a surgeon, and I believe he lacks the guts to do such things anyway. Removing eyeballs and sewing mouths. Not an everyday activity, is it? Especially if it's about an old politician living in luxury. Besides, according to your version, Baker is supposed to have a wound on his hand. Surgery with a wounded hand? Totally unrealistic if you ask me. Perhaps you have a point, but it's not enough to clear Baker yet. At least, this suggests that he had an accomplice. An accomplice that the witness claims not to have seen. I get what you mean, but that's not the problem here. What are you talking about? Your colleague reported that after removing the eyeballs and sewing up the mouth, after a short struggle during which he had his hand wounded, Baker undressed the woman and tied her to the tree. Then he arranged the flowers in her hair. This probably took a few hours. Can you confirm this is your official version? Yes, it is. Don't you think we're still missing something? I'm not sure. The evidence that was omitted is... I'm reliving my Phoenix Wright days. Objection! Take this! I need to play the Phoenix Wright games. I only finished the first one. Wait, what is the evidence that was omitted? That... The glove? Yeah, okay, we're going with glove. Same. Are you crazy or what? This evidence doesn't make any sense. Think, Mordred. What's the missing evidence? Arrow? Yeah, so glove or arrow. The lead arrow? There, okay. We were right. Glove or arrow. Glove is too... Glove was in the trash can. Arrow is more direct, so arrow. Precisely. This arrow is fundamental to solve the case. I've reasons to believe that Baker got to the crime scene when it had already happened. And why would you assume that? I think the suspect saw the body of his lover. He panicked and tried to remove the arrow. The victim had her throat cut. So what's the point of removing the arrow from her body? Look closely. The cut on her throat is completely covered by the head, and the blood poured directly on the wound inflicted by the arrow. So what? Just think about it. Baker gets here and sees his lover's body. He notes the arrow, the bleeding wound, and he panics. Then he tries to pull the arrow out to save her, maybe yelling at her, hoping that she's still alive. That would be silly. Not if you're completely panicking. Oh, Hera, sorry. Not if you're completely panicking. Anyway, your version of events doesn't make sense. There were no fingerprints on the arrow. There's no way Baker could have pulled it out. You're wrong. Baker left no fingerprints because of this evidence. Take this! Glove. Now I don't know if Hera's incompetent or just a vehicle for the player to feel smart. And then the killer probably came back, stabbed him on the bench, right? He crashed on the bench somewhere. Well, we don't. Let's not jump to conclusions yet. Gloves are amazing, aren't they? Discreet, no fingerprints. Where the hell did you find that? Right here, under the nose of our infallible and omnipresent police force. Of course, Freya hates us, so she's biased against us. You're just a liar, Foley. I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. Do you think that your men had no reason to hide it? We know her subordinates are for the Black Band's party. Tell me, how many would like to see Baker behind bars? And how many can you trust? Hiding something so important in plain sight. Classic. Especially if previously arranged. Also, the cut on the glove suggests there was a fight, but it happened in a completely different way. The suspect was probably attacked from behind while he was trying to pull out the arrow. He instinctively turned around and tried to protect his face with his hand. So he got wounded. At that point, he tried to run away, but he didn't get far. And what makes you believe it? This is the evidence that shows that the escape attempt immediately ended. The bench? While running away, Baker was thrown against the bench, ending up destroying it apparently. That makes sense. And I bet the blood on the bench is Baker's for sure. And how... Oh, well, someone else enters the scene. And how do you explain what happened next? What the... Who? The... Huh? The attacker allegedly allowed Baker to run away. An eyewitness who's condemning him. Are you implying that an injured old man can run faster than a merciless killer? Who is she? Who is she? This is Abigail Sherman, the eyewitness of Felicia's murder. Ah, the sister-in-law of Baker. Yes, the eyewitness. Ta-da! Bugler451, Abigail Sherman, February 17, 26 years old. You cannot escape from a prison with no bars. Psychological profile. Abigail is a rebellious girl who deeply hates the established system of Nova Palemos. Shy and introverted, she has bared with grief and sorrow for a very long time. Biography. Born in a wealthy, old-fashioned family, Abigail never accepted to be subject to their strict rules, unlike her sister, Anne, the victim. Because of this, she was disinherited at the age of 17. Now she entirely depends on her sister, and she has to live with her in the same house of Richard Baker, whom she believes to represent all that was rotten in Nova Palemos. I mean, it's too easy. It's too easy if she's like the one who... She's probably just taking advantage of this moment. She doesn't care who killed... No, of course, someone killed her sister, but she sees an opportunity to frame Baker. Or she truly believes it's Baker. We'll see. We'll find out. She's... What is it? What's happening? Feeling... What is it, detective? Not feeling well? What's wrong? Face! Sorry, my chat's blocking it. I got chills. Look what happened to her face. This is us. We are losing sanity. We failed the sanity check. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Crushing your creative hypothesis made you uncomfortable? Quite the contrary, miss. You just opened my eyes. What are you talking about? Now, excuse me. I have an important meeting. You'll be hearing from me soon, Freya. What the heck? Hey! Where the hell are you going? What an idiot. And I was even listening to him. Alright, Fisher. Enjoy the mystery. Tell me if we'll find out if your predictions were spot on. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for time. And hopefully you enjoy the game as well. We will be playing this for a bit longer. Take care, Fisher, and enjoy. You're seeing her true form as a conspirator, right? It's one of those... Okay, it's one of... most likely one of those. It's a group of murderers. Cult, right? We saw it in the trailer. Why did you run off? A scary mask appeared on Abigail's face. And this means that our dear witness is lying. The Mask of Lies? Are we supernaturally... What? Excerpt from the psychiatric evaluation of Mordred Foley. I'll be straight with you, Professor. I'll be straight with you, Professor. Every time someone lies to me, some sort of animal mask appears on their face, while space and reality look distorted. I never figured out the origin of this living, waking nightmare, and I honestly don't care. Right now, I just want you to stop telling me that no one is ever going to listen to this conversation. How can I tell that you're lying? Take a guess. Oh shit, we might be crazy. Okay, they're establishing that we may be an unreliable narrator, or we have like supernatural powers. But Hera seems to trust our judgment. One of the masks again. You think she might be the killer? Not necessarily. She could be an accomplice or maybe someone who's trying to frame the suspect. We need more evidence before interrogating her, and we need to hear Baker first. Maybe he will explain how he managed to survive. He should be at the police station. Let's pay him a visit. Okay, but first, I need to talk to you. Come back to the office as soon as you can. I'll be back when I get the chance. In the meantime, I'll put the evidence in order. Useless evidence have been removed from your inventory. Oh, okay, so there were kind of like just flavor or red herrings. Police station, continue. Is she gonna get pissed at us because we hung up to spare her the trauma? I want to speak, but I don't know if this the UI is just being weird or there's just nothing to talk about. Oh well, map. Diary. Aqua. Map. Select the destination. Oh, so click the title. I was like clicking the map. Like, what? This is so unintuitive. Aqua. Police station. In concert. Galaxy Yamashita. Nova. Oh, there's a bit of trivia here. It loads too fast. I couldn't even read the trivia. Homicide department. Half the people who work here want to see me dead. Only half? You're underestimating your talent, detective. Mordred is always like, what the? Huh? Who? Whenever someone enters the scene. Because he's so absorbed in his own inner monologues that he's always snapped back into reality by people. You're the last person I expected to see here, Foley. David? Don't tell me you need your favorite lawyer again. Oh, he's our lawyer? I'd rather spend 4 more years in court than hear your stupid jokes. David Casey, August 24, 35 years old. Law and arrogance are the same thing, so he says. Psychological profile. David's nature is characterized by a strong personal ambition which, together with his charisma and his silver tongue, helped him become one of the most famous defense attorneys of the entire city. Biography. Casey was born and raised in a low-class family, and since he was very young, he has been fighting to raise his status. Known for accepting some of Nova Polemo's most controversial cases, David successfully defended Detective Foley, earning his exoneration for lack of evidence. Oh, yo, he was the one who got us out. So he's a friend. Or a good lawyer. I saved you from the electric chair and that's how you thank me? Ah. I'm disappointed, my friend. I'm not your friend. And honestly, I don't care. I'm here for Richard Baker. Any idea where he could be? Of course. My client just got out of the interrogation room. He's on the phone now, but he'll be here soon, I guess. Client? Great. Are you going to settle with 30 years of prison for him too? Oh, come on. Are you still upset about that? And to think that I'm the one who mentioned your name to the Black Bands. Oh. He got us... Oh, okay. So it is his idea for the Black Bands to hire us? What's going on here? Well, thank you for putting me in this mess then. I know, I'm such a big-hearted man, but then again, I've always been a fan of lost causes. By the way, before you two have a talk, I should probably share some information with you. What kind of information? Let's start from the beginning. Working with the Black Bands. How did you end up with the Black Bands? You said you hated their political ideas. Someone once said, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Besides, money and ideals are two completely different things. And you should know what I mean better than anyone. Baker situation. How's Baker? Keeping up appearances, but he's visibly upset. His left arm is full of bruises. The injury on his right hand is more serious than expected. Probably he won't be able to move his fingers for a while. Interesting. Why was he left alive? The wound that Baker suffered is very deep, causing his hand to be completely unusable. Eternal evidence that, once again, the king is fully naked. Eh? The trial. You probably know this, but people still have no idea that my client is under investigation for the murder at Treasury Park. However, this won't last long. As soon as the news spreads, the consequences for Baker and his party will be catastrophic. Which is probably what the murderers want. What makes you think that? There's hardly any crimes in the city, and even fewer murders. That's why this whole case is a ticking bomb. Oh, we got a low crime rate. So this is gonna make news everywhere in the city. And then there's Mrs. Baker on the verge of a breakdown. She does believe that after her husbands love her, they will kill her too. Ah, love. What a wonderful thing. Yeah. On a second thought, that woman could shed some light on Baker's relationship with Abigail. I can give you his address, but be careful. Her address? Oh, his address. But be careful. Don't say too much or you're going to make a mistake. And the last thing we want is her blowing the whistle to the media. Remember, I can protect you from judges and journalists. But no one escapes the Black Bands' revenge. Don't worry though. I'm sure that a sweet guy like you will be able to cheer her up. I can't tell if he's like been flirting with me the whole time or not. But alright, I guess he's an ally for now. Well, I suppose it's time for you to talk to your beloved party leader. But first, I need to ask you something about Treasury Park. A little birdie told me that someone found a piece of evidence that has not been reported to the police. You've no idea of who this person might be, have you? Maybe he's talking about the glove I found. That would help him in the trial. But I'd risk getting Freya into trouble. What should I do? Oh shit, what should I do? Wait, we're trying to gain Freya's trust. Because she could be a valuable ally. Like, Batman needs Commissioner Gordon. We need a Commissioner Gordon inside this clearly corrupt and biased police force who may be serving the black bands or serving the murderers. We don't know. Of course, she's gonna get pissed off at us and not trust us anymore. But this guy got us out of the electric chair. But do we commit to our pursuit of justice? It's also, it's like, who is his client? He's a dirtbag. It's like, I don't even care about Richard Baker. That's why it's always like a very interesting struggle in these kinds of stories. It's like, I really don't know how lawyers do it. Some people really are scared of lawyers and think lawyers are actually the devil. Because what if you do get someone, a client, who is totally guilty, and your job, you were hired to, like, you know, it's like the clash, like, I don't know. It's so, man, criminal law is just really dangerous. No, you know, if we don't submit I think knowing, if I don't know Hera might actually be pissed at us for not submitting the evidence. If Freya is truly the golden cop who does everything by the book, she would probably understand. But the police force could use Freya as a scapegoat then and blame the incompetence on her. It is not her fault. Her subordinates manipulated the evidence and hid the evidence. So, yeah, you know what? Submit the evidence. You're a real hunting dog, dude. The police might lose its credibility because of that. And that might help our client. I feel so dirty. I hope this won't make Freya hate me even more. Well, good luck, Mordred. She could turn my investigation into absolute hell. Oh, it's so complicated. Because like, we need her, but then she needs us, but then people are against us, and it's like, I don't know anymore. Oh, perfect timing. My dear Mordred, this is Richard Baker, party leader of the Black Bands. Oh, Detective Foley, we finally meet. The pleasure is mine, Mr. Baker. Sorry to bother you, but I really need to ask you some questions. You are a man who goes straight to the point, I see. I just went through 4 hours of interrogation, but I suppose some more questioning won't kill me. Besides, as you know, there's no rest for the wicked. Then I'll leave you two lovebirds alone. If you need anything, do not hesitate to contact me. Shall we start, Detective? I'm curious to know what you want from me. God, I hate this guy. What? Can I investigate while I'm talking to him? Why would I do that? A policeman's workstation. There are a few pictures of suspects on the screen, probably involved in minor crimes. Oh, it's just for flavor. A phone able to stream ultra-high definition holograms. Will holograms ever take off? I don't know. A workstation from where you can see most of the city center. It's like they want to show you how much control they have over us. Monitor showing footage of security cameras placed in the most important areas of Nova Palemos. Just an elevator. I don't need to get on right now. The symbol of Nova Palemos police is a Cerberus. Their claim is Hic Suntalupi, which means here are the wolves. That's such a terrible organization. The police of Nova Palemos. There are police stations all over the city, and their force counts more than 10,000 officers. In addition to the main departments, the police relies on multiple sections meant to control the population and prevent espionage attempts or terrorist attacks. There are rumors about a death squad, but no one has ever proved its existence. That hits too close to home. I'm pretty sure there's a death squad. 24th floor. The police headquarters has more than 10 departments and 40 floors. The Black Band's politics. You're considered one of the moderate members of the party. Why so? Oh, so even people within Black Bands may want this guy out because, you know, he's becoming more moderate. Because, unlike most of my colleagues, I don't discriminate against people of a different race, gender, or religion. It all depends on what they're worth. And this is defined by the Patterson test, which we introduced more than 20 years ago. Oh. Every 5 years, the citizens of Nova Palemos must take the Patterson test. It consists of multiple questions aimed at assessing the IQ and the individual skills of each person. Obtaining a high score brings several advantages, such as better job positions, more freedom on the internet, and free access to medical facilities. In the city, there are many institutes that offer courses to prepare people for the test. They are usually attended by older people who usually have higher chances to fail the test. I don't know what to think about this system. Oh, the Patterson test, I see. So is this like a true meritocracy? I don't know. You mean that sort of exam that collects everyone's private info like individual skills, earning, country of origin, and which political party they support? Listen to me, Mr. Foley. If you think we can share the resources of Nova Palemos with everyone, you're just a fool. Uncontrolled immigration, poor education, and the opinion of illiterate people are the reasons behind the threat of collapse. Nova Palemos was built on ambition, and I won't let some deadbeat parasites destroy our little paradise. I'm starting to think that you're exploiting education to create your personal army of puppets. You may disagree with our vision, Detective, but let me remind you that your future is bound to mine. If I fall, you are going down with me. So please stop acting like a mad dog. Facts of the case. Mr. Baker, I need to hear your version of the facts. Please describe what happened that night, and try to be as accurate as possible. Alicia contacted me a few days earlier. She was threatening to reveal her affair to the press if I refused to keep supporting her. She asked to meet in Treasury Park to discuss the terms of agreement, and I had to accept without saying a word. I got there on time. I just wanted this to be over once and for all. Oh no, we are still here, I think. Not sure. Maybe my stream, maybe my connection. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I wasn't looking at the bit rate, but it says we're stable. And it's still going, so I think we're good. Not a problem. I'm always paranoid because our Streamlabs does weird things sometimes. So Baker's telling us about the sequence of events. But when I arrived, she was already tied to that tree and someone killed her. I yelled at her, hoping that she was still alive, and I panicked so much that I tried to pull out that heavy arrow. Suddenly, someone attacked me from behind and hit my hand with a knife while I was trying to defend myself. Welcome back, Dawada, if you are still there. I don't know if the stream works. I hope it works. I tried to run, but after a few steps, I was thrown against the bench. I got hurt, and I fainted. I was sure I was going to die. Before losing consciousness, though, I heard someone screaming, maybe a girl, and then it all goes blank. Wait, what? A girl screaming? Oh, he's lying! Or we are an unreliable narrator with psychological issues. I woke up like 10 minutes later, and I was left alone with a corpse. The attacker had disappeared. What the hell? Wait, was he lying or not? So I took the opportunity to get away and call for help. You know the rest. He doesn't have his... Maybe it's like a half-truth? Maybe that means like it's a half-truth? The victim. Could you describe your relationship with Alicia? Alicia, she was young and naive. Maybe too naive. Alicia Hart, the victim. Alicia Hart, March 13, date of birth, 25 years old. You were never too young to die. Psychological profile. Alicia is an impulsive and emotional girl. Despite her sweet and motherly personality, her disappointment towards the country's politics made her reticent and distrustful of people she doesn't know. Biography. Daughter of a painter and a humble pharmacist, she could never fulfill her childhood dream to study filmmaking, so she decided to quit school right after graduation. Oh no! She does odd jobs for a living while dreaming of entering the movie business. Is she us? I don't know. Wait, so Alicia is his wife or the victim? The victim, right? Yeah, the victim. Sorry, the victim. There was a fire within her. She wanted to be an artist and a director, but she could not afford any schools in Nova Palemos. She used to wander around the city while filming places and people with a 50-year-old camera, hoping to make a name for herself, to become someone. And why would someone like her decide to bond with the leader of the Black Bands? The flesh is weak, and ambition never comes from innocence. She was beautiful, and I was able to give her what she wanted. You can figure out the rest. Ugh, I hate this guy so much. Something wrong, detective? I noticed something interesting while you were talking. What do you mean? You talked about the case, your party, and the victim. However, you never said anything about one of the most important actors in this huge farce. And I believe that's no coincidence. I don't understand. The person you've been omitting on purpose is... Abigail? Thank you so much for the care package. I don't know if... I thought we were going to say his attacker, but I guess he didn't see his attacker. So let's try Abigail. He never once talked about Alicia's sister, Abigail. The very same person that's testifying against you. Abigail. What does she have to do with this? You should tell me that. What are you trying to imply? Uh-oh. Abigail is testifying against me. Why the hell should I defend her? It's my life at stake, not hers. Just as I thought, Baker is lying, and the mask proves it. I really wonder if we are to trust in these powers. I'm really curious if we're just not like seeing what we want to see, right? But for now, let's like trust his supernatural powers. He's just so good at telling. He's just so good at figuring out if someone's lying. Ditsy, welcome in. Hello there. We are playing a game today called Dry Drowning. It is a visual novel, neo-noir detective thriller, and we are pursuing the case of a serial killer. Serial killings inspired by Greek mythology, set in the near future, and a lot of things are happening right now. We are talking to our client, actually. He's scum, but it ties in with our troubled past. So, of course, it's a case we cannot refuse. It's straight up neo-noir detective thriller. Welcome in, Ditsy. If you have not checked out Ditsy's channel already, please do check Ditsy out. An amazing streamer, VTuber, and a treasured member of this community. Welcome in, Ditsy. I don't know if it's your lunch break or not. Wait, no, it's Sunday. I doubt it. Welcome in. So, you might be wondering about the mask. Apparently, Mordred Foley, us, whenever someone's lying, we see their true nature. Quote unquote, their true nature. A mask. Before I interrogate him, I need more evidence on Abigail and Alicia. I might get something from his wife. I should also go back and tell Hera what I found. Please forgive my manners, Mr. Baker. I've gone too far. What's with this sudden U-turn, Mr. Foley? Well, don't worry. If you need me, you will find me right here. Just don't take too long to find the truth, or whatever could get me out of here. You need more evidence to expose Baker. You may find it by exploring unlocked locations or interrogating other characters. Oh no! The game is opening up. The truth. Oh, what? I don't want to confront him yet. Whoops. What have we done? Whoops. Okay, well, I don't know. Well, let's see what happens. Mr. Baker, it's time for you to tell me the truth about Abigail and Alicia's death. We've already been through this. I didn't see Abigail that night, and I already gave you my version of the events. Welcome to the Living Nightmare system. In this game mode, you will have to expose your interlocutor's lies by presenting facts or evidence collected during an investigation. If you submit the wrong evidence for 3 times, it's game over. Choose carefully. No! Wait, we're not supposed to do it. It really is Phoenix Wright. But no, wait. I have to load. Oh no, it wasn't a misclick on my part. It was... I thought it was just like extra dialogue. That is my bad. Okay, it autosaved. Okay. Noted. Noted. Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom really quick. And then, yeah, it's my habit of clicking every option. I need to roleplay a bit more. I'll use the bathroom, then we'll go visit the wife. Okay, we're back. We are going to talk to... You know, actually, let's talk to Hera first. Hera said she wanted to talk to us, right? Let's not keep her waiting. You can buy 3 newspapers in Nova Palermo's, whose shares are most owned by... Oh no, all the news outlets are owned by political parties. That's what the lore was saying. So Hera likes playing the piano. And is she our partner? What's her background? Oh, Mordred. You're back. I hope you don't mind if I put some music on. I remember this song. You composed it when we started our agency. Indeed, I wanted to relive the thrill I felt in creating something of my own. Now that we might lose everything, those memories are all I have. When I think of those days, I realize that we've become the monsters we swore to destroy. No, why are you so sad? Hera. What's wrong? It's just that... Now that we know Pandora's back, I guess you won't keep your promise about not getting Baker out of jail. Especially after you hung up the phone on me when you were at Treasury Park. The consequences of our actions. I did it for your own good. I know, but honestly, the thought of reliving those days scares me more than running the risk of losing everything or even Pandora himself. Look what kind of people we're trying to protect. Flyer of the Black Bands. Greatness. There we go. Greatness once again. We watch, you vote. A propaganda flyer with Baker's face. On its back, lots of sentences about respect, family, honor, and unity. These flyers have always had dark shades and aimed at exploiting people's fears. I understand you're doing this for our own good, but when the moment comes, think about the consequences of saving that man. I'm serious when I say your decision could change the entire future of this city. It's a decision we'll take together, and I won't let anyone hurt you. You know it. I'm not afraid of dying, Mordred. I'm afraid of losing you. The only demon brave enough to stand beside me, when you could have just left me to die on the street. Hera. You have a very distorted view of me. You know that, right? The usual jerk. Never mind. How about filling me in on what happened? Sit down. This is going to take a while. Oh, I probably should have talked to the wife first. Oh well. Baker's lying too. Indeed. I need more evidence to push him to tell me what really happened. It's probably one of those options, like, I'm guessing that he's really innocent. And it's up to you whether you want to take the side of the murderers or the ones trying to frame him. The murderers and the ones trying to frame him. It's probably a big conspiracy to get rid of the black party. The black band party. So I'm predicting already, you're gonna have to choose, like, this man is innocent, but he's the scum of the earth. Or you can be part of the conspiracy and put him behind bars. Most likely, probably. Okay. Right. I'll be here if you need me. As the investigation progresses, you will unlock more conversation topics with Hera. Go back to her if you're stuck or need some help. Yeah, do you choose your personal vengeance or public good? But, you know, right now I believe public good is getting rid of the black band party. But so it kind of ties in with our personal vengeance. It's more, let's say we find out that he's actually totally innocent and that there's this whole cabal of revolutionaries trying to frame him. We'll see. Why wouldn't Baker tell us the truth? He's the one who hired us. Yeah, that's kind of standing out as very weird. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he's hiding something about Abigail. Anne could be the solution to most of her problems. She's the eyewitness's sister and our client's wife, after all. Have you already tried talking to her? Not yet. The glove. Regarding the glove. Okay, I like that Hera is here to really help us refresh our memory and add more context, and basically she's great with the bounce ideas off of. Don't you think we could have ruined Freya's career forever by showing it to David? Freya is the least of her problems now. Besides, we would never be able to solve the glove issue without her help. I see. I just hope that it won't have serious consequences. That's another tricky thing, like securing Freya, who, as far as we know, is the only good cop in this city, who is being used and manipulated by her own subordinates and superiors, who's also trapped in the system. But I don't know, like, I guess it's one of those things where how far are you committed to the truth, or do you believe that the truth is something that needs to be controlled for the good of the public or something? Like, what if the truth is something that will damn the city? Dry drowning. I was gonna say, what if the truth is enough to drown the city? Or something like that. Maybe that's how it's like. The feeling of drowning and all this hypocrisy and corruption, and basically you were helping the bad guys win, the actual bad guys. But right now we're chasing a cabal of murderers who are stringing up probably less than innocent people, I guess. Who knows? I don't know these victims yet. We don't know these victims and their moral character. But they are killing people to send a message and to bring about their way of revolution. So, I don't know. These are just predictions. Let's find out. Let's talk to the wife. I mean, I am all for revolution against people like the Black Band, though. So we'll see. Baker's house. The Cabal is probably like Saw Gerrera in the rebellion. They're like that cell of rebels. Like, we don't care how... we'll do whatever it takes to take down the Empire. Wow. See, look at this. Look how these people live. I knew Baker loved luxury, but that megalomaniac managed to surprise me once again. Who are you? Who let you in here? This is my house. Oh, you must be Ann Baker. Your housekeep let me in. I am Mordred Foley and... Nenneberger 549, Ann Baker, 43 years old. Revolution is not meant for the poor. Oh my god. Psychological profile. Uh-oh. Vulnerable and submissive. Anne has always been constrained by her family's expectations. Because of this, she's always felt the need to depend on someone strong and charismatic. That is... Oh, man. Biography. Ann Baker, maiden name Sherman, was born in an old-fashioned family, preserving their duty and traditions for more than a century since when they were on English soil. I didn't even know she was English. I just, like, had a stereotypical villain accent. So she's English. Okay. There's no need for you to introduce yourself. Your sloppy outfit and that lingering stench of tobacco. You must be one of those dirty journalists trying to disgrace my husband's name even more. You parasites, feeding on the misery of a man who created an empire with the sweat of his brow. I'm not a damn journalist. I'm the detective hired by your husband. My husband asked for a detective. Why wasn't I aware of this? As I suspected, Baker didn't tell her anything. They're hiding things from you in order to protect you, madame. But I'm here because your help could be fundamental to the investigation. And how am I supposed to help you? Just answer my questions for now. Let's go straight to it. Oh, wait, no, let's tell her more about... tell us about yourself. Abigail Sherman. Oh, sister, or her sister. If you're truly convinced of your husband... Wait, sister's wife... yeah, so she's the eyewitness. Wife, sister, sorry. If you're truly convinced of your husband's innocence, why would Abigail testify against him? What kind of question is that? Someone probably tricked my sister into this, knowing about her relationship with Alicia. Were they good friends? More than you think. Alicia was probably the only person who could make Abigail smile. Victim. What can you tell me about Alicia Hart? Oh, that poor angel. Alicia was a dear friend of my sister. They were both artists, dreaming about shooting a movie together. She used to come here often. She was the only person able to cheer up my beloved Abigail. When Richard realized that, he began to support Alicia's work, hoping to give her a bright future. Okay, of course, that's the story she has. Obviously, someone spread malicious rumors about an alleged intimate affair between my husband and her, but they are just envious of his kindness. After all, you cannot expect those peasants to be able to comprehend such superb examples of altruism. In fact, some creep killed her. And now my dear Richard is forced to sleep surrounded by those jackals. No mask on her face. This woman really believes in her husband's faithfulness. He's just a terrible person. He is just a terrible person. This must be the result of years of brainwashing. She has such a distorted vision of reality. Richard Baker. My beloved husband has always been a man like no other. Vigorous, valiant, altruistic. Unlike those snakes of the Black Bonds, he always committed himself to peace and equality, fighting for the rights of every citizen. It's just pathetic how the majority of the police force were against him. Do you think he might have been framed by his colleagues? Of course. Who else could ever want to go up against such a good man? Looking for evidence. To help your husband, I need to search your house. It won't take long, I promise. No way. My husband is innocent. All you want is to ruin his name and torture my soul. Admit it. Pierce and Finley sent you here. Those filthy... Madame, I have no idea who those people are. They are my husband's biggest rivals. Those hypocrites speak of peace, but just want to take his place. I'm just wasting my time. I need to convince her to let me investigate around. Hera might have an idea. She has always been better than me at dealing with people. Can I call Hera? What if I just investigate? Oh. Whoops. What do you think you're doing, sneaking around my house? Don't you dare touch anything, or I'll call the police. Great. Just what I needed. I have to inspect the house. I need more evidence. But how can I distract her? Oh, I could distract her. Or I could talk to Hera. Can I just call Hera? We are in the year 2060, 70 something. Lichcast, thank you for hanging out. Hope you're able to get what you needed in Guild Wars 2. Good night. Thank you for all the being here and for the support of the stream. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. And yeah, I'm still intrigued so far. I'm just leading into it. Yeah, but thank you for putting up with these terrible voices that I'm putting on. I'm just so into it. Helps practice. It's practice for when I eventually start game mastering again. Thank you for the hydrate. We really just can't call Hera. Let's just travel in. Yeah, we should have gone to her first. Nova Polemos has the lowest rate of suicides and mental breakdowns in the world. You have our word, the Black Panther. Okay, we cannot trust the media here. You cannot trust the statistics. It's all manipulated by the political parties. What can I investigate? My trusty drawer, where I hide my most treasured things. My trusty chair, where I've spent countless hours while pretending to work. Technology has come a long way, but I try to use these damn things as little as possible. He's one of those detectives. Let me guess, he has like a revolver with no smart assistance. His cell phone is like the oldest model that can still function in this society. He even keeps physical books. Half filing cabinet, half bookshelf. It's full of pseudo-intellectual books, just showing off. Well, it is good to like... This is a space where he meets his client, so... I hope he actually read those, but, you know... I swear I've never understood what this thing is for. Hera keeps saying it's essential to the harmony of the room. What? It's drawer space, cabinet space. I love it. A map showing the central area of Nova Palemos. Years ago, we used to spend hours looking out of these windows, standing on a chair, trying to figure out the personality of each passerby. Such light-hearted moments while we still enjoyed our job. Harris filing cabinet. It's neat and tidy, unlike mine. Pile of old newspapers. Hera keeps on saying that they might come in handy. Women, go figure them. He's so old-timey. He still has narrow-minded, stereotypical views. Hera's favorite flowers. She's kind of obsessed with them. Hera's workstation. Very neat, just as you'd expect from her. A chair for our clients. Sometimes I wonder why we never bought a more comfortable one. Files about the case that led to all our legal problems. This thingy is one of Hera's presents. When she gave it to me, she just said, "This is dog. It is cute." Adorable. An old picture of the opening of our agency about 10 years ago. 10 years. Hera had this curtain installed when she started playing her piano here in the office. She said I was making her feel uncomfortable. It's still here. Hera's piano. It took her months to convince me to move it here in the office. Our umbrella stand is at least 10 years old. Hera refuses to buy a new one. Okay, nice little flavor we got. Let's ask about Ann Baker. Let me guess, Anne is not quite the angel you imagined. That woman won't let me touch anything in that damn mansion. Maybe you should just trigger her fears, possibly by showing her something about her husband or the Black Bands. Leveraging on people's fears. That's my thing. Okay. So don't be too nice. Break Baker's mask of lies. Investigate Baker's house. Map. Who's at the police station? Is Freya here? No, it's just him. Baker's house. I wish there's more time for the flavor text because they are actually quite interesting. It's basically really showing what kind of distorted reality the people in the city are living under. Okay, what can we use against her? Fears. What? Why would he show the victim? What? What if we remind her that her husband could be in trouble and we're trying to help him? Never mind. Are you trying to annoy me? If you have something to show me, do it wisely. Something that would get her At least we don't have like a limit, I think. What? Oh, the poster. I'm taking a huge leap of faith. Or maybe it's worth a try. Do you know what this is? Of course I do. It's a flyer from the campaign of Richard's party. Precisely. On its back, you can read some big words like respect, honor, unity, and pride. But apparently, they don't have much to do with the majority of the black bands. Ah. And you stated it many times that your husband has lots of enemies inside both the party and the police force. So tell me, madam, have you ever thought that those same enemies could hurt you as well? Ah, yeah. She did mention that. What? So, it's true. They want to kill me too. It's a possibility. If you don't let me investigate, your life will be in danger. Do you understand that? Maybe. Well, I guess you're right. Fine. You are free to investigate around. But please, don't let them hurt me. This poor woman is just a shadow of herself. Maybe I should tell her the truth about Baker. Or maybe I should calm her down so that she doesn't do anything foolish. Alright. But first you should know that oh my god. Tell her the truth about Baker and Alicia's affair. So I actually seeing now a kind of pattern in these choices. A lot of it deals with, you know, the consequences of a truth. I mean, actually, wait, that's nothing profound or anything, but the truth that you have to make a decision about. It's like your version of events that will overall, I guess, impact your ending. Like, what is the version of events that we are going to get? We are kind of in power at this point, I think. So, her psychological profile. It might actually. It's not my problem right now. Reassure her by hiding the truth. Oh wait, that's not... Oh no. Okay, I regret it. I regret everything. Your husband can't wait to hold you in his arms again. She's just... Once the truth gets out, it's gonna be so much worse for her. Oh, that silly man. Thinking of me despite the situation. Thank you, detective. You really have a good heart. Wow. Poor woman. Forced to live in a 5-star prison made of lies and empty words. That's something like Max Payne would say. The truth would have hurt her too much, but maybe it would have helped her out of this nightmare. Oh no! Sorry, game. Now I'd better investigate. It's like putting the case first. Is that really putting the case first? Is this really putting the case first? That's how I justify it to myself. It looks more like the entrance to a crypt rather than a door. The tastes of rich people are just terrible. Only Baker could have such bad taste. If the artist's intention was to portray their emotional distress, well, he succeeded. Fireplaces at Nova Polemos. Huh, now I've seen it all. Wait, it's not... What? Why? A bookcase full of books about sociology, politics, and history. I bet Baker put them here just to impress his guests. I'd give anything to spend a week with my ass on a chair like this. I haven't seen chairs like this for years. I couldn't imagine they were still popular amongst Nova Polemos elitists. This photo has been turned down. Actually, I'm thinking about the decision I just had to make. I was thinking like, that's not the time and place right now because we need the evidence. We barely even start. And then she's living in delusion. And I just felt like in that moment, just telling her, yeah, your husband's having an affair. Everything's a lie. It probably wouldn't have worked for us in the moment, but it would have probably helped her in the long term. Anyway. This photo has been turned down. This must be Alicia and Abigail. Those two seem to be really close. So why was the picture turned down? The picture was turned down. It perfectly describes the relationship between the victim and the eyewitness. Alicia is holding the camera she always carries around. There is no fairest flower than the one consumed by ambition. Some drawers containing useless paperwork and old articles about the black bands. An old yet still working laptop. Nothing interesting here. It must be Abigail's computer, given the huge amount of... Wait. What are these? Dozens of encrypted emails from a few days before the murder. Sent to someone called Tabletop. What is this? Oh, it's Greek. From the little Greek I know, I think it means Tartarus or something like that. How did Abigail manage to encrypt and send those emails without getting blocked by the security system? It is a big conspiracy. Security and information in Nova Polemos. Since its foundation, Nova Polemos has been using Caligula, a communication and browsing system mandatory for everyone in the city. Whoever passes the Patterson test has the right to use it, and the content they create, see, or share is monitored by the police and the secret intelligence services. The system is free and widely accepted due to the high navigation speed and the security it provides. By all the elitists of the city... Why is it elitist? Isn't it just elites? I guess translation. By all the elitists of the city who fear strangers and everything that could break their status quo. Importing or using different operating systems is a crime, punished with either jail or expulsion. Damn. I should probably just ask her as soon as I'm done with Baker. Old data chip. An old support containing several encrypted emails sent to someone called Tartarus a few days before the murder from what seems to be Abigail's computer. Abigail is... Wait. Why is it Abigail's... Huh? Why is it Abigail's computer? Wait, what? Oh, sorry, because Abigail, the sister-in-law, lives with them. Old storaging supports are the only way of transferring information in Nova Polemos without getting caught by Caligula control system. Yeah, go analog. as much as you can. I found far less than I'd hoped. I guess this place has already been cleaned out. Or we probably would have gotten more if we just told her the truth. Anyway, I think I have enough to expose Baker's lies. Wrong. God damn it. Anime Obscure? Pre-order now. 2066. I wonder if time is being counted for us. Alright, time to Phoenix write this shit. They're probably going easy on us first, because it's probably like a long tutorial. Let's go. Mr. Baker, it's time for you to tell me the truth about Abigail and Alicia's death. Abigail and not the only Alicia died. So anyway, I guess there's a better way to phrase that. We've already been through this. I didn't see Abigail that night, and I already gave you my version of the events. You're lying through your teeth, my dear Baker. First things first. When you told me about the victim, you never explained how you two had met. It all started when Alicia contacted me for an interview. Nonetheless, she never had any kind of relationship with my family. Are you sure? If your family didn't know her, how can you explain this? They seem pretty close for being strangers. Don't you agree, Mr. Baker? I can only imagine how pleased Abigail was when she discovered that her dearest friend had an intimate relationship with her brother-in-law. Alicia used to come to our house quite often. She and Abigail were good friends, and they were trying to film some sort of documentary together. One night, she approached me with an excuse and... well, from that day, Abigail started hating me even more. Her will to testify against me did not take me by surprise. If you wanted to humiliate me, mission accomplished. But I still can't understand where your rants are heading. Me neither. One step at a time. Let's go back to your fight with the killer. You said that you heard a girl screaming right before losing consciousness. Exactly. What's so strange about this? The attacker could have easily killed you, but instead, he decided to run away with no apparent reason. This would be nonsense. Unless... the killer recognized the voice. Unless the killer recognized the voice. And that voice belongs to... oh. Abigail? It's the only option, I think. Because why would Anne be there? So Anne attacked? No, what's... So, no. She would not be the attacker. Recognized Abigail. Maybe. What? The look on your face is worth 1,000 words. Damn it. Alright, alright. There was no screaming, nor fainting. During the struggle, I grabbed my taser and temporarily paralyzed the killer so I could escape. I never told anyone because tasers are illegal in Nova Palemos, and I would have risked imprisonment no matter what. Come on, you can do better than this. Your lies are getting worse. You never used a taser against the killer, and this piece of evidence proves it. This? What proves it? Baker's injured hand. Totally unusable. What about his other hand? I also noticed the glove is a left-hand glove. And the wound, however, is a right hand. Weird. You never use a taser against a killer, and this piece of evidence proves it. Oh, I guess it's the injured hand. The police reported that you struggled with the attacker, holding him with your left hand because the right one was severely injured right before. Using any weapon would have been impossible. This panicking of yours does nothing but reinforce my argument, Mr. Baker. After you were thrown against the bench, Abigail screamed, ran towards you, and distracted the killer so that you could run away from him. That girl saved your life. I cannot hide anything from you. Am I right, detective? It's true. The killer seemed to know her. They were whispering to each other. She was looking quite scared, though. Then I ran away like a coward, leaving her in the clutches of that monster. I've really no clue how she knew him, but I'm sure she's testifying against me because the killer is blackmailing her. So you think the killer left you both alive to exploit Abigail in court? Pretty much. And so, you contacted me in the hope that I would arrest the wrong person, thus saving both your life and Abigail's. Wait, what? Damn it. That girl has been manipulated by the killer. I must talk to her. Now. Just one last thing, Foley. Remember, if something bad happens to Abigail, you're a dead man. This case looks harder than I expected. I must talk to Abigail as soon as possible, especially about the emails I found on her computer. Maybe she's with Freya. I should probably look for her. Oh no, and Freya hates us. Elevator? Where do we go then? Okay, where could Freya be? Treasury Park? Freya, for the first time, I'm really happy to see you. You again? What the hell do you want from me, Foley? Where's Abigail? I need to talk to her. Do you need to apologize for running away like that or what? Enough with your bullshit. Listen to me. What? You're kidding, right? Hell no. Abigail knows the killer, who's probably blackmailing her. You mentioned some emails. Do you maybe have the files with you? Yes, but are you able to decrypt them? We know how many times people go to the loo in a day. Hell, if some stupid emails can stop me. Good. Make sure you don't miss anything. I'm counting on you. Seriously, you saved them on this piece of junk? Your colleagues must not see this evidence, not even the ones you trust. Driven by their hate for Baker, they could make it disappear, and we could miss our chance to find the truth. I don't trust you, but if it makes you feel better, I trust my colleagues even less. I'll call Abigail and send her to your office. Just don't make me regret my decision, okay? Call me as soon as you find something. And try not to be reckless. Sorry, I'm not taking advice from a criminal. See you later, Foley. I can only imagine what she'll do when she finds out that I gave David the glove. Anyway, now I really need to go back to the office and put an end to this farce. Man, I feel like my decisions up to this point have been very inconsistent. But we're gonna get a handle of things. We'll definitely find a space where like role playing, right? Freya asked me to come here as quickly as possible. What the hell do you want from me? Good evening, Miss Abigail. Since you skipped the small talk, I'll get straight to the point. I know you saved Baker from the real killer, and I know about your relationship with Alicia and the encrypted emails on your computer. What? Last piece. Only one last little piece is missing. I don't have time to look for evidence this time. I must rely on my instinct to expose her. The truth about Pandora. Oh shit. First things first, Baker admitted that you saved him the night of the murder. We also know that the killer saw your face. Nevertheless, you're still here, willing to testify against our client. Curious how he let you get away so easily after you stopped him from killing Baker, isn't it? Are you implying that I know the killer? You're a clever kid. Of course I know the killer. It's Richard Baker, the bastard I've been living with for years. Bullshit. You're testifying against Baker because... Oh, it's either... Well, probably both. You wanted your sister to get rid of him, but she's only alive now because The real killer is threatening you. Threatening? Do I look like a girl who's been threatened by a merciless killer? Uh-oh. You can try to hide as much as you wish, but the mask doesn't lie. Please, Abigail, help us catch that man. If you don't trust us, at least trust Freya. Don't you wish to avenge the death of your friend? Do you really want that maniac to kill again? It all began several months ago. The first time the killer contacted us, he was pretending to be a famous director, interested in our work. Oh. He seemed to be the only one able to understand our needs. He hated the black bands and the state of our city, at least as much as we did. We used to communicate via encrypted emails only, so that the police could not see the stuff we were sharing. What kind of stuff? All sorts of stuff, really. Mostly videos and pictures. But in fact, he was showing particular interest in Alicia's videos. What? Why is that? Probably because most of them were about Baker himself. She had been dating him for a while, but I didn't know that. Wait a minute. You said that he seemed to be the only one able to understand our needs, didn't you? Yes, I did. And you seem to dislike Baker, if I'm not mistaken. I hate him with all my heart. That man ruined my life, and that of those who are living in this country. And despite that, you allowed him to get that close to your friend? Kind of weird, don't you think? I didn't know about their affair. You did know about it, and that's because you two had a relationship with Baker. No. Wait, you wanted him to divorce your sister? Or you convinced her? You wanted him to divorce your sister. Nope. Ruining my sister's life was definitely not the right way to get revenge, don't you think? Oh no. No, forgive me. I didn't mean to. You seem to be the only one able to understand her needs. You convinced her? Okay. You took advantage of Alicia's affair to blackmail him. Oh, she was the one blackmailing. Got my details messed up. You took advantage of Alicia's affair to blackmail him, collecting money so that you could fulfill your dreams while destroying his reputation. And the night of the murder, you were there because you wanted to. Film the meeting between Alicia and Baker. That night, your goal was to film Baker with your camera and destroy his reputation once and for all. You probably revealed your plan to Pandora, and he plotted to kill Alicia. He waited for the night of the meeting, and he used the relationship between Baker and your friend to recreate the myth of Apollo and Daphne. She was a beautiful woman, the perfect nymph, while Baker was the arrogant god of the sun, who believed he could control the world and win her love with a snap of his finger. In Pandora's mind, the only way Alicia had to escape the clutches of Baker was to be merged with a tree, turning them into the myth. Hera, you'll never stop amazing me. We only wanted to make her dreams come true. Alicia, if only I made it there earlier. What do you mean? That night I tried to call her before the meeting, but she never picked up the phone. I got worried and ran to the park, but then when I got there, she was already dead. And the killer was there, waiting for me behind that tree. A tall man with a thick black coat and a wolf-shaped mask. A man with a wolf mask. I don't know. As soon as he saw me, he ran towards me, grabbed my arm, and dragged me to Alicia. Then he whispered in my ear that if I had not filmed Baker's arrival, I would have ended up like her. Oh my god. Are you kidding? What kind of crazy fuck would have himself filmed while attacking someone? No idea, but I was terrified. So I hid close by, turned the camera on, and waited for Baker to show up. After the killer attacked that bastard, I instinctively started to scream, blowing my cover. I don't know why I did it. I freaked out that my body was like moving on its own. While I was running towards them, the killer suddenly came closer and hit me in the face, snatching the camera from my hand and allowing Baker to run away. When he realized Baker escaped, he started laughing like a maniac. Then he grabbed my hand, my hair, and he forced me to tell Alicia that everything was going to be fine, while caressing her cheek with the back of my hand. And he caught this on our camera. After that, he let me go, promising that I would have heard from him again soon. When I got home, he sent me an email with a video file attached, and he asked me to testify. He said this was meant to preserve what he defined as a pleasant memory. Abigail, I'm so sorry. Wait a minute. You have the video of that night. Why didn't you just say that? Mordred, what the hell is wrong with you? This girl has gone through hell. Yeah, I have a copy of the video with me. Do whatever you want with it. Burn it, give it to the police, sell it. I don't care. You brought a copy of the video. This means that you knew. We would have found out everything. Actually, I couldn't wait to free myself from this burden, even if I have to hide until you catch that freak. A chip containing the video that Pandora took the night of the crime. Its contents might clear Baker of all charges. The future of a country hides in its past. Do we want to clear Baker? So many innocents are dying for it, though. Find Freya at the police station. You'll be safe there. One last thing before I go. I'm not the only one the killer is threatening. Wait. What was she talking about? One step at a time. Submitting this video would exonerate Baker and let the police shift their focus to the real killer. And then we would collect our reward. We would save our agency and go back to our normal lives. But if we did it, the Black Bands would win the elections. We might bring horror and pain back to the city, ruining the lives of thousands of people. To give up our reward and put at stakes our future, preventing the return of an extremist party. To give up our reward and put at stakes our future, preventing the return of an extremist party. Or to sacrifice the lives of thousands of people, destroying everything we have ever worked for. It's time to make a choice. Well, I do not want... Oh, now it's time to... I knew they'd hit us with this. He's innocent, but... No. No. I cannot. I'm gonna roleplay it as... He's already been through so much. He already feels like he's guilty for a lot of things. He has a checkered past and troubled history and all that. I doubt he wants the rise of a fascist regime on his conscience. I think he will have his own I think at this point he's starting to form his own personal sense of justice, and he doesn't need the agency to push through with it. We can still catch the killer and prevent the rise of a fascist political party. I hope. Because we're helping the killer by hiding the video. Sorry, by handing over the video, we are helping the fascist party. Hiding the video. Wait. If we hand over the video, he becomes innocent, and then they start hunting down the real killer. But I don't trust the police. I don't even trust Freya. We're gonna do this on our own. We're gonna hide the video. Truth is overrated. Don't deliver the chip. I got an achievement. The truth is overrated. Maybe you were right, Hera. What's the point of being back in business in a city ruled by them? Right? It's not gonna make up for the innocents you think you had killed. We'll hide that video, and as soon as the case is closed, we'll leave. Just you and me. Mordred, you made the right choice. Thank you. By the way, I'm still baffled by what Abigail said. An email. It's from Freya. Variajan 47. That's all. What does it mean? It looks like some sort of address. Huh. Wait a minute. Damn it. Mordred? Oh no. Of course. I put her life in danger and now... Shit. I should have known better. We must save her, Mordred. We must... No. You stay here. I'll handle this myself. Let's keep in touch. Wait! Why do you keep leaving Hera behind? I guess it's for him it's all about I'm protecting you, Hera. I'm protecting you, Hera. Version 47. Continue. Investigate. Oh, we're just out. No choice. Version 47. Damn. What is really going on? Okay, wait. So Abigail was the one who was... I got confused with the names. So Abigail, the one who's alive, was the one blackmailing... What was the one blackmailing the politician? Okay. What the hell is this place? And what's this damn smell? Shit. What kind of mess did you get yourself into, girl? Oh no. There's only like one thing to do is turn on the lights. I don't want to see that body. Huh? We're probably gonna see that body. Fuck! Fuck, fuck! Oh my god. Stupid jump scares. What the hell? This is Freya, right? It could be a picture, Freya. The left side of the photo. She looks like she has been defaced. Happy birthday, little sunshine. Freya, what's going on? There's something on the desk. A huge number 11. What does it mean? Fuck. Is there something like a body here? Oh my god. Who's this guy? Dear Miss Freya, or should I call you Flynn? I'm pleased to know that you decided to investigate me and my masterpieces. To thank you for your consideration, I decided to return the favor. Regardless of your father's efforts to hide your past before the Academy, I managed to find wonderful pictures of you before your transformation. Oh my god, this is horrible. But I thought the lore said that the city doesn't discriminate against... No, there are people who do that. If you decide to proceed with the investigation, I'll make sure that all your old family portraits are sent to your superiors. Because all their superiors are extremist, fascist bastards. Racist, sexist, all the terrible things. But don't worry, the police in the city are renowned for their tolerance, aren't they? Love, P. Fuck! Pandora was able to discover that Freya used to be a man before joining the Academy. So this is what Abigail was referring to when she said she wasn't the only one being blackmailed. Ugh. The air inside here is making me dizzy. There's a caption on the back. I think it's referring to an old fairy tale. What if we had to compare your only child with all of mine? The mother lion answered, the pig. Just one, but a lion. That's familiar. There's a small caption on the back of the picture. Wolves would rather devour their cubs than showing their shame to the whole pack. The photo seems to portray a young Freya and the police. The lower part of the picture is burned. A recent pic of Freya. The caption says, annoyed by two snakes that were copulating, Tiresias the prophet killed the female one, turning himself into a woman and experiencing all the pleasures that her body had to offer. Oh, this is so sick. That son of a bitch is making a fool out of me. I must find Freya, and quickly. Fuck. A terrifying doll wearing boys' clothes. She's holding an envelope with a message inside. I think this message has something to do with that safe. She's dead. 5 are the numbers leading to the princess. The first 2 represent betrayal and are engraved on the pillar. 1-1. The third is the number of suns erased by vanity. The fourth is the sum of the masks of shame. The last is the sign on the face of Tiresias. One. Suns erased by vanity. Some of the masks of shame. Sign of on the face of Tiresias. Open up, damn it. I need to find a way to get to her. I must hurry. I'll never be able to open this safe with my bare hands. I need to find the right combination as fast as possible. So these are all the clues. Is there a time limit? Sign on the last is the sign on the face of Tiresias. Eight. One blank blank 8. Suns erased by vanity. Some of the masks of shame. 1 228. Got it, first try. Fuck. Finally, it's open. Shh, this guy is freaking sick. I need to kill him. A ribbon used to celebrate a new birth. Half blue and half pink. There's a key inside. A futuristic key that opens the way to Freya. Heaven's gates are opening. Rebirth is complete. Oh no. I don't think I'm gonna like this. Why the hell did that madman set up this creepy show? What is the point? Shit, is it happening again? I need to open that door or I'm going to lose my mind. There we go. Shit. Please let her be alive. Please let my efforts not be. Fuck. In vain.
Oh, it's you, detective. The princess and I were waiting for you. I must admit, I almost feel excited. After all this time, we finally meet face to face.
Yeah, and I've been dying to shoot you in the head. Let her go, now.
Don't you worry about her. She has just been breathing in the gas in this room for some time. The same gas you're breathing in, to be precise. But you figured it out yourself, didn't you?
Oh, now it's a wolf. What the hell is going on? Why does the mask on his face keep changing? Spare me your bullshit, Pandora. Move an inch, and I'll put a bullet in you.
Oh no, Detective. I am afraid I'm going to live much longer. And you will be the one to guarantee my safety.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I am unarmed and far away from her. But you still haven't shot me. Clearly you realize that I would never approach you if I didn't have a way to kill her from a distance.
Wait.
Don't worry, though. It's not my intention to do it. The only reason I brought you two here is because I want you to demonstrate something.
What should I demonstrate to a loser who enjoys killing women to satisfy his perversions?
Everyone says you were a monster because you don't feel guilty for the people you sentenced to death. But I believe the reality is quite different. The reason you can sleep at night is that you didn't see with your own eyes the agony of those people. When they died, you were in your office enjoying your success with the police and that whore of your colleague. But today I'll let you enjoy the show from the front row. Unless
Shit, she's on an electric chair.
you decide to let me go.
I knew you were a psycho, but I didn't expect you to be this insane. Do you really think I will let you go? How can I be sure you won't kill her anyway?
Oh, that's the funny part. You can't just be sure.
Look at my damn face. Do I look like the kind of man who gets manipulated by some stupid motherfucker? Yeah, player might just believe him.
Oh, but I don't have the slightest intention to manipulate you. I'll just let you decide. Pull the trigger, and her screams will haunt your nightmares forever. Let me go, and you'll live knowing that you could have stopped me, and you didn't. The life of the worm for that of the girl. Your choice.
Well, I can't even be sure. Or just playing into his hands. Whatever. Screw you, Pandora. Save Freya.
And so, you decided to let me go. You're not full of surprises. Now go, the princess is waiting for you. Don't worry, you'll hear from me when the time is right.
Freya, Freya, can you hear me? We need to leave immediately. Mordred, is that really you? Where's Pandora? Don't worry now, let's get out of here. You're a mess, detective. You're starting to lose it. Here. Let me help you. Ugh, you really are a big lad, you know? Damn your heavy ass. In case you've already forgotten, I just saved your ass. Try to show some gratitude at least. Let me tell you, you stink of being a hero. Anyway, the police are coming. Enjoy your moment of glory. Wait, that is... Hera? What's going on? What? Message received from Abigail Sherman? Oh no! Oh no! That line stood out. Oh god. Gods and Monsters, the end. Oh shit. Oh. Oh no. I was wondering, like, what the hell did he mean by the life of the worm? Oh shit. So one of them had to die. Oh, you didn't shoot Pandora, condemning Abigail. But what would the rest of the game be if we like if we killed the serial killer already? Would we just have shot him and then wounded him and then what? Freya would die and then we'd be able to get to Abigail in time? Or no, he was just a joker. It's just choose. No, he's not a joker. He has a purpose to all this. But why do that to Freya? What the hell is he? I don't even want to know. We're gonna take this guy down. But that is an interesting first chapter. Just a lot of. Well, I mean, I should put a disclaimer. A lot of violence against women here. That is the nature of this serial killer, and he was dead naming Freya, but it was to highlight this is just a really shitty society, and he probably thinks he's doing us a service, right? Because he's the one telling Freya, well, aren't the police tolerant? We know how the police are so tolerating. Sarcastic, right? Because they aren't. The people in charge of the city, the people that could potentially be in charge, the black bands, the police, right now they are just painting them with broad strokes as really just terrible human beings, and we just have to find a way to get out of this and stop the killer and prevent the rise of a fascist regime. Easier said than done. Let's find out what we can do. But that is an intriguing first chapter. It does make me want to play more. So we will be continuing this story on Tuesday. I'm liking it so far. It's tickling that little, I wanted a little detective game. Makes me want to play the Sherlock Holmes games. Chapter 1 and the one that's Awakened, the Cthulhu-inspired one. Maybe down the road. But yeah, uh, we did spend a lot of time. This game supposedly takes around maybe a dozen hours according to how long to beat. So this will be our game for at least every Tuesday until we finish it. But chapter one is done. We made a promise to Hera, considering the possibility of not helping the Black Bands. So I don't regret that. You hung up on Hera. You didn't keep her on the line. We spared her the terrible scene. I mean, it's no. It's like to tell her to just like toughen up. Like no, she was really traumatized by the events of before. Spare her the scene. She didn't need to see that. You showed David the glove. You didn't hide it, getting Freya into trouble. We haven't really seen the outcome of that yet. Because Freya was not only being threatened by why was Freya being threatened by Pandora? For what purpose? Because she's the only good cop. I guess, we were working with Freya to get to the bottom of it, and the killer knew which buttons to push to get her discriminated against and fired from the force. Which would have prevented, from the decrypting with the notes and stuff like that. But we saved her life. Um, Maybe I don't know if she'll. Well, there, Freya into trouble. I don't know what that really. We're not the reason why she ended up there, right? No, that is a scripted event. I don't see how the giving of the glove would lead to Freya's incarceration. I don't know if there's a way to save both Abigail and Freya. I doubt it. I think that's just a scripted sequence. First encounter with Pandora, and one of them had to die, which is screw this killer. It's a story, right? It's at that point the serial killer's usually one step ahead, and then um the heroes fail right the first time, and then they commit even more to trying to get this guy before he does any more harm. So we're at that part. I didn't really see what happened with Freya yet. She got into trouble, but in what way? We'll find out maybe in chapter 2. You covered up the relationship between Baker and Alicia. You didn't tell his wife the truth. That one, I still don't know the ramifications of that. It's just, again, she was just another woman he was used by a terrible man in power. Like he was getting his way, and we should have told her the truth. But thinking of we probably wouldn't have gotten the chip, or maybe there's a way we could have gotten the chip. We don't know the outcome. Maybe there was a way to break her out of the. Actually, I don't know if this game provides you a way to, you know, get a win-win. It feels like everything has had a cost. And in this case, it's leaving this woman in the dark until she eventually finds the horrible truth, probably down the road. But we did it because we put the case first, and we needed to case. She would have kicked us out right away. Either she would have kicked us out right away, or we would have shattered the nightmare. And she was probably for all we know, she was just in denial the whole time. But maybe she was so in denial that it became the truth for her. And that's why we saw a mask. We did not see a mask because she needed that reality to survive. And it's horrible. And I wish we. Oh, well. I wish we didn't cover up the relationship. Anyway, we'll see if that really affects anything down the road. So I'm not sure how Freya getting into trouble. The glove that remains to be seen. Covering up the relationship between Baker and Alicia that remains to be seen, because for all we know, we may have lost an ally. Because you know what's gonna happen. He said it himself. We condemned Abigail. What was his last words to us? If anything happens to Abigail, you're dead. So fuck. Okay, we're really gonna have to go up against this guy. But actually, I'm glad. He was scum. We are so the fact that he's giving us yet another excuse to like not only take down Pandora. I don't know. We'll stop Pandora. But also it gives us an opportunity to really like, oh hey, sure, Richard, come at me, where we'll destroy the black bands and we'll destroy Pandora. We'll see how that turns out. But I just remembered it now. He told us. He told us. If anything happens to Abigail, you're dead. What have we done, chat? What have we done? And we let Baker be incarcerated. Not only did we let him get incarcerated, we got Abigail hurt. He is gonna go after us. He is gonna send all of his cronies against us, and that's gonna be quite an exciting story. Maybe who will interfere in our investigation? Who will help us? I hope this will make up for us getting Freya into trouble, like literally saving Freya's life. But I don't ask for anything in return. I'm just glad Freya is alive, but I should have paid more attention to the life of the worm for the princess. And, well, double whammy. Richard Baker is going to kill us. Try and kill us. But I'm happy we didn't contribute to the rise of the black band party. I would not be able to live with myself if I let those fascists get in power. And fuck. Freya and Abigail don't deserve to die, right? This guy was a step ahead. We played into his game. There was just no way out of it. So that just galvanizes us to take the fucker down. And hopefully we'll be able to. But it's nice. It sets up a lot of complications, right? It's each major decision had more or less had a cost to it, and some we might feel later down the road. And the serial killer is a threat. Like he won against us this round. It is just a high, he is dangerous. And then since since I guess the writers were also thinking, yeah, a lot of players are gonna try and stop the rise of the fascist party, and a lot of people might, in the moment, choose to save Freya because it wasn't clear that Abigail was going to be condemned, because he just said one line, right? And he was toying with you. Pandora was toying you. This theatrical asshole. And you were just so highly emotional and in the moment, and you just like couldn't really process. Like, it was just panic for me. And that he really played us. So yeah, it gets you pissed off at Pandora and you want to take him down. And because of that, the writers are like, okay, now we give Baker an even more, like, now Baker is gonna come after our ass, which will complicate the investigation. Like, it's not just Pandora we have to chase after. Not only are we chasing after Pandora, but we're also running away. We might have to evade Richard Baker and his cronies, which it's an exciting setup. I just did not expect, like, it's just, well, it is unfortunate. The reality of the story so far is that the assholes, their victims are women, and we're gonna get them. We're gonna save this for Tuesday. That's a good point to end on. All right. Wow. Intriguing. It's just, well, I want a happy ending for the women of this story. Okay, that is just one huge disclaimer. It's a lot of violence against women. The victims are primarily women, and we have to stop the bad guys, right? But as a detective noir thing, they really leaned hard into this trope, a walking trope. Trench coat, cigarette, troubled past, a mistake that he can't that haunts him to to these days. Um, a city, part of noir is really the city itself is a villain. Like it is the lone detective, the hard-boiled detective consumed by the city because the city is villainous as a character. It is villainous. It is it is dirty, it is corrupt, right? It is the city pressing down upon the shoulders of our troubled, grizzled detective, right? So that's it. Like that's the flavor, and I'm here for it. We're gonna finish Dry Drowning on Tuesdays, and this coming weekend we are going to start our first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. So I do have to catch up with the stories of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 before jumping into Baldur's Gate 3, but we're gonna start our playthrough on that. It's gonna be a massive game. We will invest a lot of weekend time on Baldur's Gate 3, and we'll have more stories for you in the future. But I am just so really enjoy this stream. I thought I was just gonna wind down, read some visual novels, like enjoy some cheesy detective noir dialogue. But y'all came here to support the channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you getting that hype train to tier 3. Was it? We all won for that. We all got amazing little emotes for that. And it's just, I'm really grateful. I would not be here without your support. Vanua, no, thank you for your presence and your support and for being here all the time. Chapter 1 has been intriguing. I hope Fisher, if you are watching this, well, I'm gonna tell Fisher eventually. I hope Fisher ended up getting this game. So I'm interested to hear his thoughts on it and if his predictions are correct. But yeah, we'll play this mystery to its conclusion. So yeah, our next stream will still be Dry Drowning on Tuesday. So thanks everyone. For anyone who may be lurking, if you did enjoy this content, please do consider hitting that follow button and checking us out on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Our Discord is also open 24/7. And thank you for making this a very exciting little police procedural private detective kind of thing. And I hope the story gets better. And well, here's some teaser for what might come next. Yeah, psychological interrogations, different endings, impactful moral choices. We haven't encountered a puzzle to solve yet. Puzzles to solve. A serial killer to catch. This fucker needs to die. Crime scenes and Greek myths. Collect clues and investigate. And it's very Phoenix Wright as well. The format of it is very Phoenix Wright. Cyberpunk dystopian future, which is actually relevant to our own personal storyline because the city itself is a villain we're fighting against, and it is this city that is allowing such things to thrive. But it gets even more complex because it is also a way of eating it. Like, you also want the city to fall, but who is gonna fall with the city? No one is gonna come out without blood on their hands, right? It's like we're all set to decay, and it's pretty intriguing. But we're gonna live with our decisions. We are not going to be saving and loading and everything. We're gonna live with our consequences, and I'm really curious to see what ending we are going to get. Thanks everyone, and as always, welcome to the table. I'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great day, and as always, did I say it already? As always, welcome to the table. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Bye bye.